Yeah, no, I have an emulator that's into the TV, and it's got like 250 something games on it, right? And it plays everything from it's got old Atari stuff, including like the Jaguar and stuff. It's got Sega, it's got Nintendo, it's got like some arcade. It has like all kinds of shit, and it's like it's too many games. Matter of fact, it's like you go through them and you're just like you don't even know what to. You just spend hours just scrolling through games until you try some. And really, about the only game I have found that like because the wireless controllers on it have a latency that is noticeable with the Bluetooth controllers. That those games weren't designed. The games themselves weren't designed for, and there's no.
Can you imagine having even a fraction of a second lag when you're playing Pong? Like that's game over.
Playing Pitfall, Harry, was impossible. Trying to line up your jumps and everything to land on the alligator's eye when the mouth was closed, and all this stuff. It was amazingly difficult because of the 15 millisecond delay.
I'm sure you would get adjusted to the delay, but that says a lot about your muscle memory too, because we're talking 40 plus years ago at this point. Your muscle memory's still in there telling you this ain't right. This ain't right.
Instantly. You just knew instantly. Everything you were doing was just off. You're just missing vines. You're just doing this, and it's like, and some of the other games are like that too. Doesn't seem to be any compensation in the game for the delay. And so that's why I was like, oh man, I want a wired controller back. But the only game I actually kind of sort of enjoyed playing on it was they had the Simpsons arcade game essentially on it. And so I go, okay, it's still noticeable at times that there's issues, but at least, all you got to do is move around and like keep spamming your weapon over and over again as fast as you can constantly to hit things. And it's about all the skill that was required to it. Good morning, Freaky Louie. We appreciate you joining us this bright and early in the morning. Always good to have the freaky one with us.
I got this like Game & Watch Nintendo. It's a newer one. It's like an update of the old one. It's got like Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 2 and 3 on it, and the old game they had like. Like you were saying, go ahead, Rob.
Is that an LCD or an LED?
LED, and the thing is interesting about it though. We were talking about the millisecond or whatever. It's about to be the size of the controller, but it's hard to get that castle jump sometimes.
So it's the old school one where the characters have to move from one spot. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. That's not that. That's not that LED.
Is that what they call an emulator or whatever?
No, that's probably that's a direct. Yeah, it's just a reprint. I was thinking like it was like the old ones when I remember when they first started coming out, where the characters were physically there was no fluid motion. It just went from like it was a series of it was just like gray tone with black, and it was like this one's lit up. Now he's over here. This is lit up. This is lit up. We used to play the games of catch the people falling out of the house.
Somewhere I got a little 3D pipe, printed pipe, like the green pipes with the bricks under it, and I can set it on there, and you can display it, and it'll run it in watch mode, and you can use it as an alarm clock. It's kind of cool.
This is what I went with, buddy.
Oh, I had that too in the football. Remember the football one that was such a pain in the butt?
Yep.
Oh well, while you got me up here, check us out, Mark.
Oh, nice. That's up Rob's wheelhouse right there.
There you go, Rob.
Yes, Bronze Age horror. Nice.
Yeah, Bronze Age DC horror.
I've been doing.
This is kind of like putting. This is
all the Black Magic
stuff compared to the putting up the bat signal for Caroline as well.
Yeah, I showed her last night on the comic last year.
It's the biggest problem with these books. Actually, they've become super popular in the last 2 years. That books that are really only $5 books
at best.
Yeah, mid-grade, low-grade, books that are people want $20+ a piece for them, and it's like, oh my god,
the Killer Bees coming to get us back in the day.
It's Bronze Age DC horror and Marvel 2-in-1. Everyone wants to collect Marvel 2-in-1, and everyone
team up.
Yeah, though it's like okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
D-dubs.
Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man is still on. And Daredevil sitting there going, "Hey, what about me?"
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've been actually most of the Bronze Age
horror. They're covered. Adam Hughes
is usually the Marvel Bronze Age horror because people aren't going as off. They're not going after it as much as that, and it's also tends to be more monster books than.
To answer Jeremy here, I know Matt's pulling it. Last month, I actually dropped the Energon stuff. It's really good. I've been enjoying it, but it's one of those too many titles, not enough time decisions I made. When Robert Kirkman took over, I read his first issue with Dan Moore, and it was fantastic. It was really good, and I saw they're bringing Mask in, and I'm like, okay, well, this will spawn another set of miniseries. They'll do the Mask focus thing, and I'm not down.
Oh, they're bringing Mask into it now.
Yeah, they did.
I'm excited about it.
And I'm sure that's awesome for a lot of people. I was born in the late 80s. I didn't grow up in the 80s. So this stuff isn't nearly my first love. And they also had DC just announced at NYCC like 8 upcoming ongoing titles or miniseries, which 5 of which I'm guaranteed to want to pull. So I'm like, I gotta cut some stuff. So I dropped all of Energon. And if I think about it later and care to, I will definitely go back and trade read or something. But in terms of monthlies, I ain't doing it no more.
Well, that's like that's the only ones that of mine that hit the chopping block. Although I was like trying to cut stuff out, but now I'm adding stuff again. So it's a vicious circle. But
it is because as soon as I went to the comic shop this Tuesday, Matt, I went in there and the first thing I see is the G.I. Joe book with a I don't know, on the trade dress. It's talking about this event that they're doing now, and there's a cool Mark Spears cover. I'm like, hey, look at that. I'm like, oh my God. Well, now that they're just begging me to buy it. Like, I didn't know.
I was super happy that, or I guess partially happy. I didn't realize how much I had cut back was when my shop hadn't had Marvel shipments for 3 weeks. And then I went,
you're welcome.
Well, I mean, but eventually it comes in. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
and I can't, after 3 weeks of my book of only having like $10 pulls because of only like 2 books, then I go in there and I'm expecting like this is going to be like a massive expense week or something, and I'm like, they hand me a stack of books and it was reasonable, and I'm like, oh, that's it. That's
you get the ratios that you normally get.
I know. Well, Transformers wasn't part of that. And I had cut back on a lot of them, like especially with like Amazing Spider-Man. I stopped buying more than more than the A cover because I haven't enjoyed the direction. I'm like, I'm tired of supporting Amazing Spider-Man, beyond one copy when I don't approve of the storylines and stuff. I don't like the fact that they continue to live in this world where we have to keep him separate from MJ and shit. And I dropped Venom and I had dropped some other things, but my owner guy looks at me and says, no, you cut your list way back, dude. Says you don't have as much stuff now. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's really just Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Miles, and Ultimate for the most part. And the main Star Wars line. I'm not picking up any of the various ancillary Star Wars. I used to be picking up like every Star Wars, but they just put out too many. So I was like, forget it. I'm done. I can't read it. I can't keep up.
Put so many Star Wars out. It's crazy. Like the other thing I found myself was my comic show, LCS I go to. He said, oh, we're on League of Comic Geeks now. You want to set up a pool? I was like, yeah. So I went a little crazy on stuff I don't pre-order because I pre-order all the Energon stuff and Ghost Machine on my comic shop. But I was like, yeah. So I picked back up Absolute, all 3 of the Trinity. I just got back on it. When I read that annual, I know the annual's not got nothing to do with the regular story, but we had been reading it on Kingdom of the Nerds, and I was reading it digitally, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to start getting it again. I know I missed a little bit, but I think I'm back. They're kind of starting a new story arc. So
you need to, not yet, you need to go back and just at least start with the Bane arc, because the next issue is the grand finale, the Bane story arc. So the very next issue you pick up is just going to be a slobber knocker fight to the death between Bane, Batman.
I can read it online, couldn't then catch up.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, like, don't go into your first book back being the next book to hit shelves, or you're going to have missed the creation of the Rogues Gallery, the breaking of the Bat. Like, there's the introduction of Catwoman, like all the main key factors that are at play in that universe, all happened in the last 3 issues, not counting the annual.
You know, I saw. Have you seen the preview for that new Jacques cover coming out soon?
Yeah, of Joker.
It's going to be awesome. I
I
want the playing card.
I think Bolin did the one that I think is the most detailed look at the Joker. Really,
that's easy. Yeah, there's a lot of old Spidey out there, especially if you pick up more than just the Amazing Spider-Man.
No, who was it?
The Spider-Man Noir is not bad.
For somebody did an exclusive where you get a full body shot of the little demon-looking Joker.
Oh.
I know that John's Comics with Friends is ecstatic. He has to be very, very happy about the. I like John's take on the whole absolute Batman specifically. Not talking about Wonder Woman or Superman, but he's like, this has to be satire, right? And it absolutely does. It's so ridiculous, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
But it's cartoonish in its feeling. The whole. Because back when 1 came out, we were talking about how the DC rejected the title for Absolute Batman. It was supposed to be Batman AF, meaning what you think it means.
Right.
And that's what they're still doing. Like, I mean, that's your Joker. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a demon monster with horns. You like draining stem cells out of fetuses and stuff, or whatever they showed us in the back of that issue that they haven't fully broke down yet. Bane is this giant 30-foot tall monster with a miniature head on him.
He's a kaiju.
Yeah, Croc is like Croc, but his bottom jaw is 10 feet long. You know, like if there's people reading this and taking it serious and not just taking it as like a hyper stylized romp through ridiculousness, I think you're missing the point. And John described it perfectly. Most people are in on the joke and enjoying it for what it is, except for Scott Snyder. Like he's the one that's taking it mad serious, but it's super fun. I absolutely love it. It's a blast. It is just an exercise in edgelordism, though. You know what I mean? Everything about it is Batman has an axe on his chest. You know, just say that out loud.
Yeah. He carries it on his chest easy enough that it's flexible. He can do everything. It's lightweight, but wait a second.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Well, that's how it works.
The contorted, there's like stuff in it, just like the way you're right. It's like ultra kind of like violent, like
he's got hooks on his cape. Fantasy, don't get caught on anything.
Yeah. And what is it, Matt?
It's like ultra violent kind of fantasy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like remember how they had the Batman Samurai thing, which you couldn't take that seriously either because it was just an anime version of Batman.
Yeah, the Batman Ninja.
Yeah, Batman Ninja. I mean, yeah,
it was wild. Joker, the house that Joker was in turned into a giant mech suit. At the end. Yeah, but that's the thing. The Wonder Woman book that Kelly Thompson's writing, it's beautifully done. You know, it might not be the fastest pace when you hold it up to Absolute Batman, but it's telling a story. It's got messages to it. Same with Superman by Jason Aaron. Batman is pure. It's pure edgelord, you know. But again, that has nothing to do with is it fun or not, is it enjoyable to read or not. I think Daniel Warren Johnson's the only his annual issue, that one story, and that is really like the only time you hit an emotional beat through the whole Batman run yet. With that last 3 pages with him looking at the blood on his hands, remembering his father's words, and that sense of regret for losing himself that he felt. It was kind of like seeing where he draws his line in the sand and how he accidentally crossed it.
And that's supposed to be like a flashback, the whole thing, right? Like,
yeah, that predates Batman issue 1, Absolute Batman issue 1.
I like the one before that. There was I don't know what issue it was, but it's when Catwoman's talking to him about you got to quit taking that Venom shit.
Yeah, that was the last issue.
Okay, so I did read it then because
that was the issue where he was getting geared up and making a plan to go call out Bane and meet him at the ball stadium. And she says like he plans on taking advantage of the fact that Arc M has experimented on him and he has venom coursing through his veins. He thinks that'll give him the edge to beat Bane. And she's like, no, dude, you can't use that. It's gonna mess you up. You don't know what that stuff does. And you can walk through the sewer with the bag of steaks to draw a Croc out with him. I like the Absolute Croc. It looks cool, but you're walking around with the underbite like this, like it's It's crazy.
I'm starting to like my favorite is starting to be this one. I find it. My favorite one's starting to be this one though.
What's up, Canadian? Oh man, I love it. Yeah, I'm enjoying all of them.
Cape is like its own character. Reasons. I kind of like the cape.
Yeah, Soul.
Soul is pretty cool.
Yeah, did you that issue right there? That was the most recent issue, right? With the battle.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it today.
Yeah, oh, that's an all-out slobber knocker right there. The Battle of Kansas.
And the thing with the one with the Batman, I read like the end of it though, where she's like, "I can't be a part of this shit. I'm leaving." And Alfred's like, "Well, don't let the door hit you on the way out."
Yeah, yeah, that was a few issues back. That one. Absolute Superman is the poop emoji. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
The shit, or is it shitty?
Oh, okay. Collector P, what is going on?
It is the shit.
Yeah, it is the shit.
Rob, you haven't dove into any of the absolute ones, have you?
I started off when it came out. I picked up all three originally, the initial three. I didn't. Superman was just didn't grab me at all. It was just like it was too much. I put it down. I never picked up another copy. Wonder Woman, I had picked up like the first 3 or 4 issues, I think, and it was interesting, but it just became.
Like
it was. No, it just was one of. It wasn't some. It didn't. It wasn't a character that I cared to read all that much, even if the story was somewhat interesting. But it also just became like a victim of I can't pick up all the books.
Yeah,
right. It's like, so which one is what am I cutting? The Batman I've continued to pull, and I will say that. Well, I mean, I've cut a lot of Batman books, but I have Absolute Batman and Detective Comics. So those are the 3 that I still pull.
That I pull. Yeah, same.
Yeah, and Absolute Batman, I will admit, I've not been, as it's gone through this Bane cycle stuff. It's like I've been reading through it or flipping through it, and just to kind of keep up with it, but it hasn't it's on my list of like, man, this is starting to get to the point where I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue to pull it. And I understand it speaks to a completely different audience, and I don't think I'm that audience.
Yes, fair there.
And so I'm starting to, I'm still giving it some more. I'm going to let it finish up this arc and then let it see what happens with what's going on, where it goes. But I don't know how much. I don't know if I'll go much past issue 20 with it.
I can see it getting better as it goes. You know, some titles will start to get long in the tooth. You know,
you're setting up your universe still. I mean, I get it, but
yeah, that's what I was going to say, because a lot of it is meant to be flash and grab right now. It's supposed to be catching your attention, shocking you, making media headlines and stuff, and they're doing a great job of that. But like the natural side effect of the pace in which it's going is like we're going to have lore, you know, as it goes. Like it's intentionally or unintentionally, it's building lore. It's establishing a bigger universe. But like, how long is it going to go for? I know it's like as long as sales are good, they'll keep it going. But
yeah,
it is impacted by the main DCU continuity, and we're even seeing the Absolute Trinity teased in DC KO #1. They were technically there in that. So I'm curious how that's all going to work when they're fighting against Darkseid in the KO event. And have they wrote that whole event out? Do they have different paths that they can take as this event plays out, depending on how sales go? Is the goal to beat Darkseid, and is it the de-res of the Absolute world, being that it is Darkseid? It's physically made of Darkseid.
I assume that the decision on what happens really continues on is what does it do from sales as they look at it. If it's bringing in new readers or reinvigorating sales, either just from within its own stuff, as long as it's not cannibalizing sales from other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If it's additional set revenue coming in and it's doing its job of getting people talking about DC and coming in and checking it out because it's a place to start with a new Batman and everything else, then I'm sure that it has a chance to continue for a while. A lot of other books have continued for far less, but ultimately at the end of the day, if it turns out that it starts cannibalizing other stuff and it's not doing anything to gain new readers, and ultimately ends up, then obviously that becomes an issue where it starts to become a discussion of whether or not they'll continue to do that. But they get a chance to introduce all the same characters, but now they're all brand new first appearance characters. So people get, from a collector standpoint, people go,
do you think they have a finite set of we're going to do this for 2 years, kind of like ultimate things coming to an end, obviously? Do you think, or is it just going to be we're going to keep on doing it till the wheels fall off?
I did that video Monday talking kind of about both of those points with, and I was trying to gauge the temperature of things, and after the back end of that annual and seeing the response to it and everything, and looking at people's going back out and buying multiple copies, people posting, I never buy comics, but I heard the hype and needed to grab this. So I made a video looking at the sales numbers for the Absolute universe over the past few months and how it's absolutely dominating, completely dominating. At the DC's holding 7 of the top 10 spots across the board between Absolute and Batman. And I was kind of encouraging people, if you come in to a comic shop to pick this book up and you like it and you think to come back, be sure to look at these other titles that are really just blowing up the market right now, because you might enjoy them too. The idea of that additional sales stuff. Don't just buy this instead of that, or just buy this and think that's all that's out there. If you enjoy this, you're prone to enjoy some more of this stuff. And then I asked the question in the video, and ultimately, how long can this last? I pointed out a couple of delays that they're seeing already in Batman, and the delay can kill a run quick as hell. But the main question I asked is, who picks this up after Snyder? If Snyder decides he's ready to do something else, if something happens, what's making Absolute Batman so dynamic and popular isn't simply the word absolute, it's what Snyder's doing. Like it or dislike it, that's it. Snyder's bombastic edginess is what's really drawing a lot of people in. So who can really pick up that and carry that torch in his style and keep those same sales number and same energy going? Or can it be done at all?
Well, and the one thing you can say about the annual, it whether people liked it or not, it had everybody talking in the comic book sphere.
Dude, it was a great book. I think a lot of people were talking past the story, which is unfortunate, but
I think at the heart of the story is more about the relationship he had with his father. His father's telling him there's sometimes you can't resort to violence to solve everything,
Yeah, like how Batman famously has this no kill rule. All these people, and the stylized art of Daniel Warren Johnson has a lot to do with this, because he drew him killing multiple people, but Scott Snyder had to go to social media after the fact and confirm that none of those people died. They were just just injured. But because of the way he styled the stylized drawing, when you throw battering rings through both someone's eyes and their forehead, and then you knee them right behind it, you assume the battering rings went through their head. Yeah. Or when you give someone the one-winged angel and all you can see is like ripples of flesh with one eye showing, you assume his head smashed. But Scott Snyder had to confirm they're not dead, and the whole and dude, I've talked about this a couple of times now. If you go look at so many people's reviews, I've only found 2 people that have addressed it, and it would be the last 2 people you'd ever expect. No one talks about the last 3 pages. They only talk about him fighting the white supremacists. They're not talking about, well, what was the message to the book that Daniel Warren Johnson was saying, and to reduce it down to that is a grave injustice. And he put a lot more work into that story than simply that. That is most definitely that's the setting. It's not the plot. The plot was, where does Batman draw his line?
So the question was from my nerdy collection, wanted to know where you get sales, where you're able to find sales information from.
You should watch my video and find out, Jeremy.
There you go. He will not divulge his information other than if you watch his videos. I guess.
Ancient
trade
ancient trade public secret in my content. The problem with that whole situation is you bring in tourists that become colonizers. See, I use Bud words, and I made gatekeeping cool again. That's very true. You bring in normies that then become Wikipedia warriors. What is going on, George? And as a reminder, people in the chat, if anyone wants to hop on panel with us, just shoot me or Rob a message. We do have
Chat GPT warriors. Like they'll look up, they'll argue with you and look up something on Chat GPT, and then they'll copy and paste it to you. Like in a message. Like what?
That doesn't work good for comics at all because so much of it has convoluted history and numerous origin stories and numerous universes, and they'll die on a hill thinking that they know something with no like relevant context to the conversation. Like, that's not the case.
Well, there's been so many restarts of both main of DC and Marvel where it gets so convoluted. Like I can't remember. Like I can't keep it straight. I don't know it all anyway. And what I do know, I can't keep straight half the time. So
yeah, you got to check out that new history of the DC universe. That 4-issue series, it just wrapped up.
It's enjoyable. I like. It's like also. It's got a good nostalgia feel to it, like all these stories I read back in the day,
because they highlight everything. So you get, when they highlight it, oh man, I remember the first time I read that.
Yeah, or you'll be like, oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that
That's
happening.
A big one. Yeah, that's a really big one. Yeah, the reseller market is strong with this one. Yeah, I believe it's up. What's crazy is the Absolute Batman is up to like a $30 book, but it's still sitting on shelves.
Yeah, it was just interesting.
Not everything, but
we got Dakota is going to be at doing a free signing event this weekend over at a local shop. But it's Saturday. He's going to be there, and Daniel Warren Johnson's going to be there. It's like some 10th anniversary for one.
Oh, so they'll have the Felix Comics art exclusive there.
I don't know, but it's going to be like
they announced it on the Felix website yesterday.
Oh, okay. They're going to be you get 3 free signatures and per person, and then like you get a 4th if you bring a can of food for their food drive type thing. Oh. It's kind of cool, but
it is cool.
It's in Oakland, and it's which is a trek for me to get up to Oakland, and it's
you don't have to walk.
I looked at the our limited edition
exclusive cover for Absolute Batman is arrived. Caped Cowl.
Oh yeah, yep, that's it. Cape and Cowl, yeah.
10th anniversary party this Saturday, 2 to 6. Get signed, remarked by limited buyer mail order opportunity announcement coming next week. They're just taking 100 copies, so. This is that drawing that he did that to rile up people, but he's redesigned it so Absolute Batman is strangling one of the supremacists from the annual.
Yeah, so that is actually the event I'm talking about. It's just I looked at the shop on Google Maps because they just got done putting on like a little mini con here that E-Man went to that looked really cool. They did it at a brewery. That had a nice facility and had a lot of stuff, but they're doing this at their shop. And I looked on Google Maps at their shop, and I'm just like, oh, their shop is not big, and there's like little parking around it because they're down in like neighborhood cities area, and I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be hell by the time because the party, the signings don't start till later in the afternoon, but the party starts early in the day, like at around 11 a.m. when I'm doing only slabs. Well, by the time I would finish my stuff and then I drive up there, that shit's I'm gonna be parking like a mile and a half away. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not here to have that.
A pre-sale of that book in a 9.8 has already sold for $450 plus tax and shipping.
Rob, the same situation when I went to Free Comic Book Day signing for Spears last year. Or like earlier this year before it was, I guess, Free Comic Book Day. It seems this year's went so by. I'm already thinking it was last year, but it wasn't. It's been like a whirlwind. But
yeah, I just assumed that it's going to be extremely well populated. I could be completely wrong, but when they've been announcing it for weeks and they're bringing an exclusive now, and then that's getting that kind of hype. You're gonna plus the list of artists that they have that are coming in. It's just like I just know it's going to be.
Well, when we went there, they had it's like one of these like shopping center places, like strip mall, and then you go around the back, and it's in the back, like in the bottom, like a bottom, like I guess in the bottom floors. Like, I don't know how this built. It was weird. And you go down a hill, and the parking lot's like a grade like this, going down like about like that. And there's people all the way down the hill. And by the time we got there, there's people parking across the street at the Hooters and at the other place, and there was people getting towed because they were parking at Hooters restaurant.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I just had a bunch of buddies from the club that were out at, McFarland was doing a signing. I think you had to only get one item signed. It was like a free signing or something, or some signing for chair to help raise money for something. It was like a one item only. But I saw some footage for the lines and stuff, people for that shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no,
hard pass.
I guess I'm not a fan enough, I suppose. But in my age, I've just kind of gotten to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I don't have that kind of tolerance for people, or for having to jump through hoops to. It's like I don't need that book, and I don't need those signatures when I already have signatures from those guys on books.
Yeah.
That I need to go up there and do that, even if it is.
Heroes Con has spoiled you, Rob, and that's what's happened. What's happened is you're used to wide aisles, moderate lines, and clean air when dealing with these events, and you imagine going to any of them outside of Heroes Con, and you get none of that, and you will stand for none of that.
Well, I guess that's part. It's not just Heroes Con. It's most of the cons that I go to are like that. I don't like the ones that some hyper crazy shit, and I'm also I don't know. So.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Sound like a jaded in humanity. No, I'm not. I'm sounding like I'm old, madam, is what it is. I was just, I'm used to, I like having I've never been a fan of being around tons of people. Here's the thing. That's exactly. So here's the thing. I really abhor stupidity. And the more people you get together, the more likely I'm going to be exposed to stupidity. And God forbid if that stupidity comes at me from multiple angles. So I like to pick my spots. I like to choose to go to get less exposure to those types of things.
Rob, you remember the famous line in Lethal Weapon? Danny Glover keeps repeating, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm older. I'm way older than he was when he said that.
I think about that scene like at least 3 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, it don't need to be that. That'd be nice. I could deal with that. That'd be. I don't know. Yeah. Good morning. I'm here to expose Rob to stupidity. Well, the nice thing about being exposed to it online is that I can turn it off.
Yeah, and you can block people too.
Although sometimes I still get it. I feel like a Red Foreman. Yeah, exactly. Red Foreman. There's a good one. Yeah. I get a mixture of Red Foreman and a little bit of the Ron Swanson.
Oh yeah.
I mix those two together, and that's how I feel a lot of the time. Yes.
I like
I've never watched that show.
Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm. I've seen clips and stuff, but I've never
like
watched
so many shows, and I heard everybody talking about a lot, and I kept telling everyone said, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. So I started to watch it, and then I said, I don't get it. What's so exciting about it? And then everyone goes, oh, you have to get past season 1.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And I was like, oh, I fucking hate shows that's the case. You have to watch season 1 a little bit to kind of get an idea, get the foundation of who these people are. But ultimately, yes, it is true. Once season 2 hits, that show just all of a sudden becomes fucking amazing.
One of my favorite things Ron Swanson did was in the little girl was on a field trip. And she walked in there and she says, well, I got to write a paper on taxes and stuff. He said, let me tell you about taxes, little girl. He gets out her lunch and eats half of everything she's got and says, that's taxes.
It was always the great irony having such a libertarian character like that who was so anti-government stuff working for the government.
And he said, I want to do as little work as possible. I also like where he said, you remember when he's coaching the boys and he's dressed like Bobby Knight and he's like, crying is only suitable at funerals and at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I don't even know about the Grand Canyon or funerals for that matter. I usually don't cry at funerals. How do people get upset about for that? How's all the shipping going, Rob? Good answer. Good question. So the answer to that question is I'm loading up the car, or I'm going to have my son load up the car today while I am working. And then on my lunch, I plan on going over to the post office to drop off a shit ton of packages. And so everybody should be getting, and anybody who had anything in the comics and collectibles auction, those items are packed, and those are going to, except for Australia and like DVH, there's a couple minor exceptions. Most everybody should get tracking numbers emailed to them today. And then those items are going to go out today. The art is then going to be the next thing. So anybody who has original art, other, full size original art, that stuff is going to be going out as a separate shipment. So that's going to come behind that stuff. So yeah. Season 1 is total trash. Luckily it's only 6 episodes. Yeah. Parks and Rec's game night need to be on watch. Yeah, Parks and Rec had writer's strike in the middle of season 1. That might explain a lot of why it gets shit. I hate two things: line and skim milk. And this because skim milk is just water line about being milk. Yeah, exactly. There's so many good Ron Swanson lines.
He said something about fish too, doesn't he? Like fish is not even a meat. It's just for fishing or like for sport.
Oh, but I would get it all the time around my house, even before I was watching it. Like people who did watch it, you'd say, "Rob, you're Ron Swanson," because they would always say, I always said things about like, well, I don't eat vegetables. I'm a carnivore. I said, do you ever see a lion grazing on the savannah? No, because it's higher on the food chain. I'm higher on the food chain. My meat eats vegetables for me. These are things I used to say beforehand, and people go all the, dude, you're fucking Ron Swanson.
He walks in that diner and he tells the guy, I want you to give me all your eggs and all your bacon.
Yeah.
And he's like,
hey, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think I wanted a lot. I want all of it. All. Yeah. Let's see. The last of my C3 packages is going out today. Excellent, phenomenal. So Rob's getting banned from the post office lunch. No, actually, so it's actually pretty simple because all my postage is already pre-metered. It's all paid. So all I do is when I go there is I pull up to the post office, I walk into the counter, and I tell them I have a carload full of packages, and it's all already postage paid. And they tell me, drive around back. I drive around the back, post office, they wheel out a bin, and they go, here you go, load it up. And they walk away. And I just load up the bin, and I push it back up on the dock, and then I drive off. And that's all it is to it. They don't care. I don't take up hardly any but personnel's time. Everything else is all simple. If I went in there,
GVH shared a post yesterday, like opening C3 packages, and I couldn't help but think part 1 of 57 new video series kicking off now.
Well, he's talking about. He's literally true. I might have to buy a cargo container for DVH, and
he needs his own plane.
Well, I don't know about that. UPS showing us that might be dangerous.
2796.
Instead
not
of
2796, not that one.
Not a D. But what I might have to do is I might have to get a cargo container and book passage on a transatlantic ship, and have it shipped that way, which means it could be a while. But no,
my cousin lives 5 miles from where that plane crashed.
I bet he could feel the heat from that explosion.
Rob is the apex predator guy. No, I am not. Randy Orton.
Rob just RKOing his mailman.
Nowhere just comes up behind him.
There's missing. Actually, give me the food that my food eats. Exactly.
What's up?
Although sadly, I must admit, I have been eating salad all this week. As part of my meal plan now.
I eat salad with almost every single meal I have.
Is that the shadow?
Well,
the shadow.
I didn't used to, but I'm on some new food health program from my medical office, and I'm all hooked up to all kinds of sensors 24/7, taking readings and all these different things, and they're trying to make me healthy and make me live longer, Mark.
I appreciate them doing that.
So does my wife.
Eating a salad, depending on what dressing you use or don't use,
Right now,
salad every meal and like that just makes me not feel bad about eating a full slab of ribs right after it with no sides.
Yeah, right now,
Yeah.
I really only eat one of two different salad dressings. I have an oil and vinegar Italian, or I have ranch.
I like creamy Italian, and I'm not saying that's an unhealthy option. Like the thicker the dressing, the more unhealthy. It's pretty much just dip at that point. But I love creamy Italian. It goes back to Pizza Hut. I first discovered it and only discovered it on the Pizza Hut buffet forever ago. And if you get I'm pretty sure they use Kins, because if you get Kins, which is like it's just the best salad dressing on the shelves at grocery store. It just is. Like there's fancier ones. Well, let me put this a different way. There's ones that cost more money. They're not better. Kins is the way.
I just have Hidden Valley Ranch.
Or that means you're cheating yourself, Rob. You should get.
I get oil and vinegar and dump a little packet of seasoning inside of it from
the Newman's Own
Italian dressing. That's it.
Which one, Matt?
Newman's Own salad dressings.
Oh yeah. Those are the fancy ones with that. Yeah. They're good. They're definitely good. I want to make sure you understand me. I want you to give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Right. Swanson.
I have bacon hidden throughout the office and stuff. Yeah, this is a good man.
That's your question, Rob. We're talking about season 1 of Parks and Rec. Would you also agree maybe that you could do about season 1 of the American version of The Office?
That's a great example.
I've heard that as well too. Now, and maybe that's my problem why I've never gotten in The Office, because I keep trying to watch it from the beginning.
Well, you don't have to watch season 1 at all, really. To be honest with you, can just.
And I use that as a great example of how y'all watch It's Always Sunny, right? How Mac, the actor who plays Rob McElhenney, does this gimmick in one of the seasons where his whole character is like he's hyper focused on health and fitness, and he does karate and stuff. Yeah. Well, the first episode of season whatever, he is dangerously overweight for his body size. It's just random and weird. His face is fat. He's got a belly on him, and no one really addresses it until a few episodes in. But the reason they did it behind the scenes is because you see this trend happen whenever a TV show becomes successful. All of the actors in real life are making more money. They are able to take better care of themselves, are able to get fancy haircuts and this and that. So all the people, as a TV show becomes successful, look more glamorous, different degrees of it. So that's never been more apparent than in The Office from season 1 to season 2. Yeah. In season 1, Michael Scott, like Steve Carell, is actually thinning. His hair is thinning. And between season 1 and 2, the guy had some kind of procedure or something done.
Yeah.
But dude, he comes back.
Hair system. Tan. Is that what Bosley calls it? The hair system?
He looks like he had a small nose job, a hair system done. He's got a tan. He's still goofy old Michael Scott, but you can see where money was just transplanted onto this production. It's really funny.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the thing you're not going to see on my videos. You're not going to see money transplanted onto this production.
We had that good bald transplant, not the bad hair transplant. You know what I mean? But there's one episode of The Office where Dwight wins this award for Regional Salesman of the Year. And what's his Jim, the character Jim, played by John Krasinski, tells him, you know what, man, I know you're afraid to give speeches. You're afraid you don't like being in public speaking, doing public speaking. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, remember this, when you're saying something, you got to pound the podium like this all the time, emote. And he's like, I even wrote down some points for you. And he took a copy and pasted the speech that Mussolini gave, like in the 30s or something. He put it on there, and like he's like up there at this brother's thing. He's like, we have to make sales strong again.
Wait a second. Make sales strong again. Make things strong again. That sounds vaguely familiar somehow, but I won't go there. All right. Anyways,
they like replace the the whatever fascist terms for sales terms or something.
Sure, exactly. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know the exact speech, but it was hilarious. If you ever see it, yeah. Oh, by the way, Mark, I just watched just finished season 2 of Welcome to Derry. Oh my God!
I would say that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, big time.
With under everything that's been going on, this is the first time in my life I've ever gotten a customs bill for shit coming into this country.
You finally triggered it? I've tried to trigger it. I haven't. You triggered the.
This was something. This was a shipment to me. No, it wasn't a tax. This is just having to pay to clear customs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a customs tax. That's what it is.
No, this wasn't a tax. This was actually just the brokerage fee. There was no tax. There was no tax on it. No. And so it was a fee for clearing. Things still have to go through the brokerage, but traditionally there's never been any expense on that here in the States. Now I got it, $11 bill from UPS.
Yeah, I've been trying to trigger it with I've ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items from international, attempting to trigger the because people were panicking with the uncertainty of how the mail was going to work now with the de minimis taken away. So I'm like, dude, instead of listening to all these people crying about it or all these people genuinely asking and all these people doom posting about it, I'm going to try to trigger it and see for myself. And I've unsuccessfully done it 8 times. Couldn't trigger it.
For the most part, I mean, there's not a federal.
You won't get one from Canada, Jolly.
Well, actually, that's where this came from. This is.
No, I was going to say they're not going to send mail right now. Because aren't they striking every 3rd hour of the day?
I don't know. Well, they're like on a rotating strikes or something.
But we got a Canadian here. Let's ask.
But this is actually from Canada, but it was sent UPS.
Good morning, Glee.
You shouldn't have to pay. Actually, comics aren't subject to tariffs. They fall under us. I can't remember the name of it. I'm terrible with names and stuff, but they fall under a certain law that they shouldn't have tariffs, so you shouldn't have to pay for.
You should tell that the poor TM Nerdy who had to pay $35 in
that's different. TM Nerdy's paying duty because people that are shipping their comics are saying that they're worth more. Are saying they're worth a lot of money.
No. It was a shipment from me.
Okay.
That was shipped with a $35 value. And it was listed as a gift. It was comic books with the proper code on it. And he goes, "Oh, I got a bill for X." I said, "What is the bill for? Because if the bill is for taxes, I can't help you with that.
No.
If it's a bill for clearing customs, let me know because I ship it purposefully UPS expedited, which includes the brokerage fee, as opposed to UPS Saver, which does not. In which case, then you get the poor Canadians get hit with like a $75 brokerage clearance fee.
It's brutal, bro. It's brutal, yeah.
And so he came back and it was taxes. I'm all right. Well, I'm sorry.
Rad sent me Rad Art and Comics, and I love the guy to death. He sent me a piece of art in the mail. And it was free. I didn't pay for it. It's a beautiful piece of art. It's a Joker piece, and I paid $45 in
customs.
I was about to say I would just look at a picture of it on my phone and just let it sit there. Instead of putting it in my long box, I just let it sit in their long box.
Hey, I got a question for you. I don't know if you know Dan's Comics Corner, but Dan told me.
I think he was on Gary's last night. Is that the same one?
Huh?
Is that the guy who was on Gary's stream last night?
Yeah, Danny. He told me because I was getting ready to ship him a couple of Marvel 2-in-1s because he's a big Thing fan. He said if you could claim it as a gift or something.
Yeah.
Well, so you can list as a gift. However, it does say on the customs forms that just because you put it as gift doesn't mean that they won't have to do it. But at least the expectation isn't that they're supposed to produce a receipt for it, because in theory, if you depending on what you send in, if they really want to scrutinize it, they're going to ask the international, recipient. If I send something to Bleecker and it's like I declare it as X amount, they could ask him to show the receipt for the purchase. Well, there's no receipt. I'm just giving you. It's like all the stuff I send out for, only slabs. I send it all out as gifts because nobody's paying for it. There's no receipt. There's no transaction. It's just a gift to that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I send it out as that. Some they'll still sometimes we'll look at it. Sometimes they'll scrutinize it. The stuff I sent to TM Nerdy was that way. They still periodically through random pulls because that's really how customs work. They can't inspect everything. It's a randomness, and if you get the unlucky draw, you may get scrutinized, and then as a result, you may get assessed fees and stuff that normally wouldn't be assessed. It's imperfect system.
I have to use like a program now to do like mailing in Canada used to be super easy. So I used to just take my thing with your address and I used to take it to the post office and they did everything.
Yeah.
And they did everything for me. It was awesome. Now I gotta use a program where I gotta actually take pictures of the stuff that I'm sending. It actually assesses through AI what it's worth and what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's interesting. We have a program, or a web-based program.
Will there be a quiz after, Rob? I feel like we're all learning so much right now.
Good. Oh, I'm glad. We use a web-based programs down here that use it, but I haven't seen one yet that allows me to take pictures and let it use AI to figure it out.
It's called Zonos is what they use here for the post office.
But what is nice is that the stuff that we have here, like the pirate ship I'm using. So like when I uploaded, once I get all for this shipment, these mass shipments I was doing, I get all the information entered in a spreadsheet. I can enter the spreadsheet and bulk upload, field, basically cell match the columns to different fields on the thing. So it bulk generated, 50 packing labels.
Right.
And then it goes and it looks at the pricing and it tells you, okay, if you ship it UPS or ship it US mail, here's what the average shipment, per item shipment price would be. So you could make a decision. But then still I was able to go into the individuals and it's like, there's 2 people here in the state where they're getting super large packages. And I was like, okay, the difference between shipping them via US mail versus instead switching them over to UPS. If I ship them UPS, the package cost is half. So it's like, okay, those individuals, their stuff's going out UPS because I'm not paying $60 to ship to Pennsylvania when it can cost me $32 to ship to Pennsylvania, type of thing. For
if
20.
So many books Rob is teaching a class, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
There's a level it goes from a level where it's just informative to confusing, and I've crossed that level at this point.
It's a matter of like where it's
real quick. Calls for the cause. Good morning to Bryant, who has joined the stream.
Good morning. I just had one goal for today. First, I wanted to say thank you to Rob for using UPS. It pays my bills. And second, I wanted to have the chance to pop onto the stream and say hello. Now I got to pop off because I got to get ready to go make money from UPS. But
before you leave to go get our comic books where they go, let people who are watching this know who you are and where they can find you because you're doing daily content. Let people know about it.
Right. I have the Comic Issues Daily live, or not live stream. I'm doing them as premieres now, and I just got one set for 9:30. So after you're done with Legions Lair, pop over there to that one. And then I'm going to be interviewing Randy from Swarmer Comics this Sunday on Comic Issues Daily. So I'm looking forward to that one. I watched your Rob. I watched your episode you had with Randy on Only Slabs, and it looked like it was a lot of fun. So,
you're like the dolphin behind the shrimp boats. You just follow Only Slabs and pick up guests. There we go.
Hey, he picks good ones. So.
Hey, that works. Yeah. I like that.
And I got Rob coming up in next month. He'll be on, and someday, Mark, maybe our calendars lined up.
Hey, I'm happy to tell you, just like I tell anyone else, you can pencil me in, but have a fallback.
Yeah.
Like when you schedule me, pencil me in, but have a fallback. I got a lot going on, and little kids. I can never plan in advance. It just, not for certain at least. But yeah, as long as you have a fallback.
All right, sounds good.
Good way to do it.
Jack B, I 100% agree. That's exactly what I'm using. I mean, UPS rates or USPS rates are lower. UPS is where it's really cheaper there. I mean, the same because there's a difference between paying retail and then being able to get in this case, your pirate ship has probably one of the largest discounts, along with some of these big companies. There's different scale, so you get that economy of scale through their purchasing power, because the shipment to Pennsylvania that's costing me $32, they show you the retail rate, and the retail rate's like $240. Yeah. So if you were some poor guy going to the UPS store, and that UPS store gives you the full-blown retail rate, and then you balk, they go, oh, okay, hold on a second. Next thing you know, they give you some other rate where it's like $200, and you go, but it's so much margin in that stuff. But that's how it is.
Well,
go ahead, Brian.
All UPS stores are franchised out.
Yeah.
So you knew that. So.
Yeah. They're franchises, and they're just getting the brand, and they're going to, and I don't blame them. I mean, hey, look, for the average Joe Blow, they're going to come in and they're going to do stuff at retail. They're going to try to get the retail rate if possible. But like a lot of things, the retail rate is never the rate that you should pay on certain things. And UPS shipping and FedEx shipping and DHL shipping, all three of those, you should not pay retail.
To answer Donovan's question, I've been on Only Slabs one time, and I've been on Slab Hub, the show that predates Only Slabs, before Rob was issued a cease and desist and folded like a lawn chair from a online Instagram page that doesn't even exist anymore. But I've only ever appeared as a last-minute fill-in guest, as I should. I believe both times were like that. You're like, hey, you free? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm free, brother. Or a couple of times like, no, it's my work weekend. But yeah, because just like I told Brian, like, hey man, planning ahead with me is damn near impossible. And that show plans way ahead.
It's the same reason like Mark Spector's never been on the show, is he can't predict beyond a week or two out at best.
Medical field.
And sometimes not even that far. And I've tried many times to get him on, but
yeah, Dave's got cool books, man.
Yeah. And I'm right now, in the reality, it's just like I was just trying to book somebody. I had 2 spots left this year in December that I reached out to this person. They took an extra week. They took like a week to get back to me, and he gives me a date. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, both those dates got booked up. And they were just people reaching out to me saying, oh, hey, you got a spot open still? And I'm like, yeah, okay, here you go. Fill those spots. So I was like, now I can't get you on until last weekend in January or February. And he's like, I could barely get you an answer for December. And you want me to
just throw it out there. If you need somebody to come off the bench anytime, I'm good to go.
Okay.
It's good to have a couple of those on the short list.
Yeah, it is, because it does happen from time to time where I have to suddenly make a change and play because I booked so far out, but that's totally fair.
Yeah, with my schedule, the only predictable nature of my schedule.
See everybody.
All right, Brian, thanks for hopping on.
Bye, Brian.
That time that I do on Tuesday, that was an organic time slot for my new DC Day stream. It was made in the window of picking Monkey up from preschool and leaving to pick Finn up from school. That's literally where that live stream slot was built from. And it still exists today with them both in school now. So Tuesday morning, I'm up and running errands, doing X, Y, and Z. And after lunch, I get home and have that little small window before the kids are coming back, and it still works out. And this is obviously while they're going to school. And Rob can attest to this. It's been pretty good here recently, but a lot of times I would just go backstage and Rob would hang out here while I run the kids to school or this or that. And so, and then Sunday night, it starts at their bedtime on Sunday nights. When the kids go to bed, I try to do my life. So I've built out my schedule around these little openings, and that's how you do it. Logistics.
We had a good talk with this guy last night on my show last night. He had a Kickstarter called Dime Store Detective. I think he'd been on K-pop show before.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting. I'll send you the link to it. Like this guy's like in Georgia in the Appalachian Mountains, and his family's like moonshiners or something. and they unlock some kind of evil entity, and it's like really cool, man. I backed it last night. It looked pretty cool. His name's John Dexter.
Is the evil entity bottled in their moonshine?
No, I don't know what it's just kind of like they just have to,
or does it only show up after you've drunk their moonshine?
I don't know. Well, it shows up after you drink it usually. You know what I'm saying? You either start crying or you start fighting people.
Did they watch Poltergeist to figure this one out? I think the worm, that whole worm is pretty good.
Seriously, it's pretty interesting. It's got like a supernatural kind of thing to it. Like,
oh, you know what? We've been remiss. We do have to go and say hello, Adam.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm awake. Thank you.
Are you sure of that?
Debatable. I was about to say.
Okay. In that case, we'll take you off the big screen then.
Okay, thanks.
You guys want to see books I got for my birthday? You guys want to see some books I got for my birthday?
I do. Or can you talk about your hoodie as a lead up to the books? I'm being serious. That looks like officially licensed merchandise.
It sure is officially licensed Reebok merchandise.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's awesome. I like it. I like the movie. The movie.
Made a big
I like Superman. What's not to like about Superman? People give Superman a hard time, and I'm really like, I get it. It's hard to write Superman, and not everybody writes him well. But Superman's a freaking awesome character. He's one of the best characters I've ever met in my whole life. As being,
feel like the
you met him?
Finally catching back up with reality. Welcome to my world.
I have one question because I asked this of all our guests. Is it possible for you to rotate your camera 90 degrees?
It might be. I don't know. Nope. Looks not.
I guess your auto rotate's not set up.
No, I'd have to on my computer to do it. Sorry, Rob. I'm on my phone.
I had to be consistent at least.
But I got
what is that?
This is Fright Weaver #1. It's the undressed variant by Surtur.
I like that. It sounds sluttier. Instead of the virgin variant, it's the undressed virgin.
Yeah, that's right.
It went from creepy to slutty instantly.
Yeah.
It took its dress off as opposed to it's been untouched.
This is awesome. I absolutely love this. Return of the Living Dead #1. I think it's just great.
I'm sorry, officer. She was undressed.
They're getting really weird with words on YouTube.
That's fair.
That particular that I avoid.
Can you elaborate?
Is being flagged. It's being associated with young people.
What word is? Oh, the alternate for undressed.
Yes, sir.
Are those from Virginia?
I'll have you know that our good friend DJ Links caught a strike and he was shadow banned for 90 days officially by YouTube for hate speech.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and here's the curveball. It wasn't from an episode of In the Mix.
What was he hating on?
Here's the second curveball. It was from one of his YouTube shorts because they're always the #1 culprit for any issues you have with YouTube.
Right.
And if you check his channel, he's just been doing these super simple fixed cameras, and he has either a slab of the day or a hot toy that kind of rotates for 10 seconds,
right,
just to get a little. And he had the Red Skull hot toy, so he just looked up the stock.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He looked up stock music, and he got some World War II European era stock music that was built into YouTube. It was YouTube's audio, and they flagged him for using their own audio that they have in their system.
That's
they even denied him on the appeals process. So this New York Comic-Con video that he spent a long time editing and making this phenomenal thing caught 40 views. And he's like, what?
Oh my God.
Dude, that's brutal.
That's cool.
Yeah, just some monsters. It's not, I don't know. I'm not like I'm not a Mark Spears Mark, but it's cool.
It's actually a panel out of the book too.
Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, I got those. I had those. I sold them a long time ago, a while ago.
I like the Return of the Living Dead covers. They're really good.
Yeah, they're really nice. It's better than the interior though. The interior is not as impressive.
I think
Honey picking you with the cover.
Here's Gunslinger.
Yeah. I like that one.
Pretty cool.
He drew the gunslinger on the horse and turned it in like, dude, you got to draw more on the cover than that. So he just drew hands in the foreground to cover it.
Yeah.
Not really. The horse looks really weird to me, man. I don't know. Like, I don't get it, man. What's with the face on the horse? Is he smiling? Is he like...
Why the long face?
That's part of the mystique of the gunslinger.
What's happening with this horse, dude?
Yeah, but how can you like it's? Yeah, oh, that's true. That's how he got his Facebook page back. Yeah, Burke did go hire a lawyer and sue Facebook. I forgot about that.
He had to sue. Wow.
So they I thought he
nice.
Can correct me if I'm wrong, but they deleted his Facebook page, claimed that he couldn't get it back, that he violated TOS for like cross posting or promoting or something on there. And he was adamant about getting it back because there were some photos, family photos and stuff on his Facebook that only existed there that he would lose forever. And he wasn't willing to. You know, he didn't have a monetized Facebook page. There's no financial gain. It was all for getting his family memory photos back. And he got a lawyer and showed that he broke no TOS, and they, you know how they, it's deleted, it's gone, we can't do nothing. They magically can just turn it right back on.
Well, you know, I remember what happened. We all know what happened to Shane. You know,
Shane violated TOS. There's nothing mysterious about that. Like anyone who doesn't understand that, I don't understand them, to be honest with you.
I just meant like he couldn't get it back at all, though.
Yeah, but he absolutely violated TOS like for a long time. He was spamming.
Really don't understand it.
Yeah, he was spamming his YouTube shorts. He was. If you look up the definition of spamming as they lay it out in clear one sentence explanation, he was absolutely doing that in his shorts. And again, shorts are always the number one offender because people use the shorts to hack. As a hack way to get subscribers and views.
Yeah. Here's the big one. Here's the one, Rob. If you had your stuff going, you might give me a, oh my God, yes. There it is.
Oh yeah, I saw you on church. Congratulations on that one.
That's the big one. I got this for my birthday, and I'm pretty excited.
I had you guys up on. I was watching you guys when I was working on packing stuff up on the TV while I was packing stuff. So I saw you pull that out for church. I was surprised you didn't have that.
No, there's some books, like I lay off of some books and I get them later. Some of them are a mistake and I got to pay for them. But...
Bro, you're a walking billboard for consumerism right now. I love it. From the hoodie to the pants to the books, you are the man.
Welcome to America. Wait.
Yeah. Canada.
How much to buy your sleeve?
Yeah, and for context, Matt, because I know there's people with channels that watch and everything, obviously, but Shane was video recording just a CLZ input. You know, just like he was on his phone, he just would video record putting something in the CLZ or whatever, and then he would upload it as a short. And shorts get this certain kind of traffic, so they ping the AI thing that analyzes your content. They ping it hard. Steve got his channel struck and put in timeout over shorts. DJ's been demonetized and put in timeout over shorts. Newbie Comics has been demonetized and put in timeout over shorts. They ping first, and it's AI that analyzes. And because Shane's content was visibly the exact same thing multiple times a day and repetitive, and this is their definition, not mine. Repetitive, lazy content is spam under their guidelines. So if you just screen record the same thing and post it 3 times a day, you're basically a one-man click mine at that point. And that's what that's what they're like.
Okay.
And they're not going to warn you. They've already warned you. It's in the guidelines that you've agreed to. So and that's how people will do that just to get their channels quick monetized as a cheat code, you know, and that's what Eman's doing. That's why they're against it.
They usually don't take away your channel completely for a first-time offense, though. Like that's
not normally, but again, it's an AI process, man. And if you look at how much stuff was on there, they might just like, okay, that like the AI could have absolutely flagged it as not even like a real person's channel.
Yeah.
Look at the ratio of your stuff too. That's what got Steve and DJ pinged was the ratio because they were both doing movie clips in their shorts because they were really popular at the time.
Yeah.
People enjoy watching them.
Mhm.
And what happens is you'll have a short that hits a certain number of views and it triggers an audit. With Steve, it was 100,000 views. With DJ, it was 100,000 views, and it triggered an audit that weighed their shorts and their longs and the views. And because at the time, I think it's changed now. At the time, the YouTube algorithm wasn't built for two separate algorithms to exist on one channel. That's why a lot of bigger channels, like Mr. Beast doesn't do shorts on his main channel. Y-Files doesn't do shorts on their main channel. Sean Ryan podcast does not do shorts on his main channel.
It was separate,
Yeah, that's because the algorithm's not built for that. If your shorts get too many views and it outweighs your longs, you have two different monetization roads colliding and clashing.
And it might still be at that high level for those of us at our level. The way that the algorithm is set today in 2025, as they've retooled it, has been towards engagement, and whether it's on continued engagement on your channel or continued engagement on platform. Does you watching your video, do they stay on it, and does it then cause somebody that person to continue on YouTube? That is what's most important today. So now that's why I've started to introduce, like, I'll do my blind bag pack rips, right?
With sharp scissors now. So if y'all stopped watching before, go back. He's got sharp scissors again.
Sharp scissors. I'm always there. It's like I only put out no more than 2 per day on days I don't do long form content. But it's like when you put it out, those things they only have a limited reach, but at the same time it just mixes up, gets a little bit more in there. But it helps with that from a standpoint of its engagement, because people who go to shorts do tend to engage on more YouTube stuff, but it can also cross pollinate some, not a lot, but it helps with the overall trying to be the overall hitting that overall engagement factor, which is the new target for the algorithm, according to YouTube.
It'll change
not
again
my speculation, according to YouTube.
I think it's good to put like a video, a couple of shorts every week. Like, it's just good to do a couple of different methods on YouTube. You get a different followers.
I'm very mindful of the shorts thing. I've got stacks of toys that I haven't opened yet because I'll like do a wave, just like 5 figures in a week, and then I'll lay off. Or and then because I don't want it trying to reevaluate my channel, and I don't, because it does it to try to help you. If this content you're making, it's trying, because YouTube's goal is to keep eyes on YouTube, like Rob said. So if you're doing 2 different methods, it's trying to analyze your channel and figure out how to feed your channel to eyes in hopes that your channel is the one that keeps viewers on here to see ads. But if you're sitting there just throwing curveballs at it, it has no way to help you, and you're confusing it, and you're harming your own channel. You're not getting interactions on your channel. And if you're wondering why did it ping this? Why did it ping that? It's been AI audited. But if you familiarize yourself with the most basics of TOSs, you can look at someone's channel and audit it yourself. You might be right, you might be wrong, but if you're knowledgeable of these terms of services, and you look at someone's channel, you're like, that violates it, that violates it, that violates it. You'll see where people have been lucky a lot.
Well, to me, it's been like I just kind of jumped into it without even knowing anything. Like what I just putting stuff out there. Right? I'm just going to do things, and you slowly learn things. Like it was like not long ago, I realized, you're not putting any tags in these videos. What are you thinking?
So
they used to help a lot. Now they don't really do much.
So if you're now the running, when I take a lot of the I've gone through a lot of the videos specifically from YouTube, that because YouTube has videos out there that tells you what works, what doesn't work, and what's going to help do stuff, and I feed all that stuff in, and I have a custom GPT that's set up specifically for helping creating descriptions and all this other stuff. That's the backdrive engine of it is all this data directly from YouTube, right? And one of the things when it comes to that, hashtags can still help, but they tell you to try to limit yourself to about 8. Any more than that, it just becomes noise. The other tags on your that they put in there, those tags are meant for like spelling stuff. They really don't help a lot of stuff. So like for me, like my tags are Rob's dot fat stacks, Rob's space fat stacks, Rob fat stacks all together as one word, Rob fat stacks all a separate word, stack spelt CKS, all those different iterations of spelling that somebody might just randomly search for you under. So that way those things come up. Putting other tags in there don't necessarily help from that aspect. And it even tells you on the tags that doesn't help anything from a search. The way that this stuff works today is they've introduced, well, they don't say it's Gemini. I mean, it's a Google product. So what else are they using? They're using, when you upload a video, is giving it 12 to 24 hours, first of all, to sit before you release a video. Allows the AI to not only look at the video and to transcribe and look at the transcription of the video, but also to look at your description and your title. And that's where you want to make sure that that you have clearly broken out a special, keywords that people might search for, try to get those hit in that first 2 sentences or so, or first 2 to 3 sentences of your description that you've got. Hey, we're talking about today's video. We're looking at golden age, golden age and silver age, or whatever the things are. Yeah. Whatever you think those keywords are, they're there. Also, if you break out some of the things that are featured in that video, that also helps the AI to break those out and allow it, when somebody does randomly search for certain things, for it to be flagged and tagged to your to what you're looking for. All according to YouTube. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it all still depends on, obviously, Vine. There's only so many spots on the homepage. I know this week's been crazy for me. I had one video really hit, and then the other video has piggybacked off of it, I think, because only My Slabs usually doesn't. It usually might be hits like 300, 400 on a good week, whereas this one hit almost 900 views in one day. So that's been that one's been a little bit of abnormality. And of course, this week CGC videos always do well for me. That one, though, again, because it was a sort of a clickbaity title with the CGC did what, it's over 3,500 views on it. So
Flatter Santa said, "Don't you dare make fun of the maple syrup mafia. They will get you slowly with diabetes." All right.
True. Anyways, all right. We talked about the YouTube video algorithm. We talked about shipping and tariffs and customs brokerage fees.
I've been over here taking notes, Rob. So
excellent.
If there's a test later, I'll be ready. All right.
Phenomenal. Well, I only believe in VD tests. So
those are important. Don't skip those tests. There's no cheating on that test.
That's right.
Cheating's what got you there.
Exactly. Very good.
Holy madam, you've really changed.
I know.
Oh, geez. Okay, fuck.
So
that was
old.
close. I thought you got real scary there for a second.
Been working on those.
This is gonna be the craziest hat rack you've ever made.
I know. No, he's a cowboy, so you see the indentation.
Right.
In his,
Right. It's gonna be a perfect place to store your Stetson.
Yeah. So he's a little. You tell the weariness on his face from traveling the trails, riding the trails and branding cattle.
I feel like it's more like weariness from figuring out E equals MC squared, but that's just
either way.
He looks like you're making special effects heads for the next Lonesome Dove miniseries.
That's right. I am. Nice. I know that.
You got a negative comment on my Baltimore Comic-Con video, so I feel I have made it. It is one of those things. Yeah, the more people who watch it, the more likely you're to get those comments. I got one on the video from Monday where somebody made a comment and they're talking about my wall of books behind me. He said, "So are any of those actually from your youth, or are you just another fake collector for views?"
No, you should have said no. They're all reprints.
And I responded to him and said, "Well, you know, I was explaining to say I don't care for the presumption that just because I didn't collect as a child that I'm a fake collector, you know." But I appreciate you asking, and you know, went through the a little bit of my history. But it's like, it was funny, is it was like some of the videos, and of course, always with me, it's always the raw only people who feel that they have to tell you how stupid you are for encapsulating your comics.
Telling you you're collecting all the plastic so that it doesn't get littered and kill the sea turtles. But to your point about the collecting as a child, Rob, I think that you're the one honest person that I've heard tell that origin story. Because if you listen to people talk about their comic collecting, all of them have this same beginning. They're like, well, I collected as a kid, but then I turned 8 and then I stopped collecting. And then ain't nobody collecting comics as a 6-year-old. Every now and then you get one off a rack, just like you get a toy. You're not a fucking toy collector. You're not a baseball memorabilia collector. You got a miniature bat at a game once, or you bought a toy when you got a chance. You had a book when you got a chance. You're not collecting shit as a kid, but everyone feels the need to say that they collected as a child. And then, like, do you collect like little golden books? I mean, we all had these shits as a kid. Did we collect these? No.
Well, technically, your parents collection them for you. You know, they paid for them.
Yeah, you're just getting stuff. You have no collector mindset.
It's not like no 8-year-olds ever said, I can't have a gap in my ASM run. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I literally grew up around comics, and I hesitate to say I collected as a kid because I didn't. I had a stack of comics in my room. In a toy bin, you know, like that. That's what
I just threw them.
They're an extension of my toys. They're not a collection.
That's why I can give you a good example of that. You want to see what some of my childhood comic books look like now?
Oh, jeez,
dude, I've got childhood comics. Like even Panda bought one of mine because he wanted one of my childhood comics. It's a Street Fighter one. They all look like they were a childhood comic.
No, I told him, I said, look, I'll be honest, I didn't start reading comics until I was in college. Then I sold off all my entire collection because
what a great one.
It's got a stain down here. I got one worse than that.
It's juice box stain. It's a juice box stain. But Rob, that's an incredibly honest thing for you to do. Say I wasn't interested in reading them
all the way through it. But I think it was stored in the garage. My dad put them outside, but then I think it worse than that. They get progressively worse.
It wasn't that I wasn't interested in reading them. It's like because I watched all the superhero cartoons and stuff. Because I didn't have access to them, or my parents wouldn't buy them. Yeah, for some Mega Supreme nice. So it was always when I was in college I started reading them. And then
dear life.
What's going on, Flo Dameron with the $4.99 super said, for one, I've been collecting Labubu since I was 6, and I can confirm that. I've been
they were called Munchie Cheese back then. But
like you know what you're saying, you haven't made it till you have a negative comment or a troll in the live chat. I think Mark was on with us, and we were on Kevin's. It was actually Kevin's stream though. Somebody said, I don't know what's gayer, the stream or RuPaul's Drag Race. And I actually admired the comment. It was funny.
Yeah. Do you remember as soon as you did too, because you know, like there's this thing with certain people on YouTube when someone jumps on and trolls the live chat, they get mad. They talk about I'm reporting it. I'm like, y'all shut up, stop.
I just played a clip of George.
Matt had a clip loaded up.
Yeah, I have. That's why I have the clips for.
Yeah, and, Matt had a clip. He played it, and the dude said, and remember how he reacted to people not caring he was trolling and respecting his troll? He's like, he said something like, you guys passed the test, y'all are cool, keep it up, and he moved on. Like people aren't they're trying to
entirely with just one little clip and just act like it wasn't nothing. Now there are some, there's been some incidents where there's some stuff said that like somebody spamming some stuff that's kind of crazy, but you have to like go away from it because that's what they want you to do is get a reaction.
If someone says something or types something out that's egregious that you don't want to leave for the next person to see, you just don't even. You don't read it. You don't respond to it. You just simply go in and just.
It's like people who run on the baseball field. You don't see it on the TV.
Yeah, they won't air it anymore because they don't. That's what they're running for.
Well, and I did have an interesting comment one time where somebody was like, just totally lambasted, like, "Man, you had the worst freaking taste in comics, dude. You need to just give up." And I just said, I left the comment there, and I just commented, "Thanks for watching."
Wow, what a great comment.
I usually do stuff like that. I don't need to hide a comment unless it's something that somebody's hating on other.
That's what I'm referring to. There's been a couple that you don't want to leave there.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I'm more than happy to take criticism or turn their comment into a criticism or critique and respond as if it was a critique and sit there and say, oh, well, hey, that's a good point, blah, blah, blah. And I usually I can spin most anything because I always go back to, in every video I have, collect how you want. And it's very simple to say, that's the great thing. There's different ways to collect, and there's no wrong way. There's just your way. And that ends so many conversations because it's great that you believe that I shouldn't encapsulate a single book. And I'm not asking you to encapsulate a single book. You collect your way, man. I'll do me and you do you.
I did a YouTube short for the Batman blind bag for Batman #1. And it got a good bit of traction. It got a good bit of traction. It got thousands and thousands of views. But somebody popped on there and they're like, they said something like, why wouldn't you put it in a bag and board, or why did you even open it? You're supposed to keep them sealed and collect them. And I responded, and he called me stupid in the comment. I'm like, well, to be fair, if you knew anything about comics beyond just this one video, you would know that keeping them in a poly bag actually damages the book due to the crease down the back of the poly bag. Also, a bag and board protects it. You have to open them to sell them, and they're only valued at what someone's willing to buy. And if they're typically $10 books, but I just pulled a $100 one, you got to open it to get that $100 for it. So you're stupid on numerous levels. And I just never responded for some reason. I don't understand why.
Yeah,
but you're so giving and forthcoming. Weird.
Well, also, I think I had one and look, if somebody tells a fat joke about me, you're going to have to get up and come a little harder than that, because it's not the first time somebody said I'm fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to go eat some more Doritos, big boy. And I said, I really don't like Doritos. I'm more of a Cheeto man.
If you're sending them to me,
here's the reality, people. I've got news for you. Coming at us with jokes about me being fat or bald ain't going to do shit, because in today's world, as a white man, all I have left is self-deprecation. So that's 100%. That's 100% of my own jokes is about me being fat and bald. So you ain't telling me anything I'm not already saying.
Yeah, Jim. I think it was like Jim said something like the guy was like, "You got that Black Canary poster hanging on the wall. We got a bunch of we have homeless veterans everywhere. How dare you?" or something like that. I'm like, what's that got to do with the poster?
I did like, though, during Comics Curing Cancer, we had the one troll that came in to start bashing online auctions. And and he switched accounts.
God, really?
As soon as you he'd switch accounts, and he was posting and getting it. And then all of a sudden, he obviously was reading some of the responses because he wanted to see what people were saying about him. And all of a sudden, or heard us saying something about how bad do you have to be to come in and troll a charity auction. All of a sudden it was like, oh, this is a charity auction?
Dude, I'm so sorry. I had no clue this was for American Cancer Society, y'all. Please forgive me. We're like, nah, bro, you're out of here.
Pull the parachute. Get out, go.
He's like, I'm so sorry.
Shit, people are trying to do good here.
Good on him, but bad on him. That's why if you're gonna troll, make sure you read the room first, because he didn't. Dude, that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Read the room.
In our defense, we weren't saying every 15 minutes this is all going for the American Cancer Society. But
he came in hot though. He could have read the description. He could have seen the name of the stream.
Oh yeah, yes, sure. You could have read the first 3 sentences of the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a ticker running. We're all wearing Comics Curing Cancer on our bodies. Like, we made sure to brand it.
So he was kind of like Danny DeVito in all of a sudden Phil Epps. So anyway, I just come in blasted.
Yeah. Anyways, I just started blasting.
Mark, you were the episode where he had all the Vietnamese guys in the basement. They're playing roulette.
Yeah, he brought the sweatshop from Nam back, and he did it in Philly.
And he tells me, he goes, well, man, we used to play this all the time in Nam, back in Nam. He's like, Dad, you went to Vietnam in 1985 on a business trip.
And started a sweatshop. He's like, yeah, and I still lost a lot of really good men.
Hey, I'll tell you, it might normally be pleasantly plump, but this time of year, it becomes festive.
This is my hibernation weight.
We're festive. We're getting ready for all our Santa Claus rolls.
Actively celebrating.
This is a gas tank for a love machine.
You got a lot of loving to do.
Hey, and you can clip that one, but if you clip that part, please send it to me because I want to put it on
gas tank for a love machine. That's a first.
Mark, I've already been looking. I know it's early, but I'm so excited about June 12th through the 14th that I've already been looking at rates, even though I know the con rate's not out yet.
Is that Heroes Con?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you're going to a graduation too?" Oh, wait, yeah.
No. But I'm just like, I'm stoked about it because I've got 2 more people recruited to this Heroes Con next year. Psychotronic Squirt Gun and Big Jeff are going. They're flying down to the airport near me, and we're going to drive down together to Charlotte.
Nice.
Awesome.
As Mark says, the more the merrier. Unless it's the bedroom, in which case.
I was telling them about good. I was trying to explain to them about the Westin, but I'm trying to sell them the Westins, Mark. I might need you to hop on with us one time and explain to them the intricacies of why
breakfast at the Westin is unmatched.
It's a big deal to be at the Westin. I mean, I know it's pricey, but it's worth it. It's worth it for the convenience and to be able to go to your room.
Felt like we were. I felt like we were an '80s hair band on tour at like the fanciest hotel in the whole town. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
I will say that while it's still great, it was better before they remodeled the lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. The original setup,
the original bar and the original way that it was far more conducive to
more open.
Just
open, wasn't it? Yeah,
because all those walls that were up that were like where they had the restaurant and they only had like a small section. It was the bar that used to be all bar.
It was all open floor. Like when you walk in the side, the restaurant's not closed off. Like when you walk in the side entrances to the Westin, you can just turn around and see out those glass windows that are in the restaurant. There's no walls to separate it. And you know where the elevators are? How down the side you go, the front desk and you go to the left and the elevators are down there. If you stayed straight, there was doors closed. Behind those doors, it wasn't redesigned as anything else, but that's the restaurant that's now only upstairs. And there's this whole like open kitchen, this fancy stone top table thing. That's, and you go in there, and there's also a second bar in there and the outside seating. So at night we would hang out there and we'd all be out on the patio. They have the bar right there. And then where the restaurant is a second bar for like people that just come in who just might be passerby or guests, or you're sitting waiting on something. Right. And the third floor where the breakfast bar is, that was only for the people that have the
Marriott's.
Yeah. The what?
The Marriott's Bon Voyage.
Yeah. So if you're like a freak, I guess it's like if you're a regular traveler, you have like a card that's your frequent flyer card for a hotel chain. If you're one of those people, they let you have this little secondary restaurant, so it'd be faster and more convenient. You're not there. You're there for business. You're not there for socializing. So it's just a quick, easier access thing.
It's a quiet place, and it gives you place that you can go. Like, and it was, it's funny. I never even participated, so I definitely wouldn't do it again. But I had paid for a cut because they had passes there in the evenings as well. You had the breakfast, but then in the evening they had that place open as a lounge that you could go. It had a bar, and it'd be just if you wanted a quieter place to hang out. And I had paid for a couple of the nights, thinking that maybe we might go up there and hang out, but everybody would have had to have a pass for it, and so I never even went there. But I gotta imagine it was like probably deader than fuck, which was probably fine if you were one of the artists and you just wanted to, if you were a couple of the artists maybe, and you have those passes and you want it already because you travel a lot and you wanted someplace to go quietly, be able to be out of the room and do some work and talk and socialize with a couple of other artists. That was great. But as far as like everything else, But I mean, ultimately, still the Westin, just from a convenience standpoint, you're right, madam. And then the breakfast has become legendary at this point. So
even with the change up, we gotta acknowledge it was super awesome for the breakfast because we always sat inside. Like we had our spot in the old one, we'd sit up against the window.
Much better outside, actually. This is
it made it where more people could come in and sit in the vicinity and everything, even though there's only a certain crowd that is the elite that make it to breakfast. All are invited, but only the elite can actually make it. Only the elite can go 18 hours straight, not sleep enough, and be up early as hell and out there. But on this third floor, we're sitting outside on a balcony looking at skyscrapers with the metro there, and it's just fresh air. The sun does not shine directly at you. It's hitting building. It was nice. It feels good to be out there in the morning time drinking this fresh smoothie
and then Don Rose, and then 15 feet from me, Don Rose is eating with Roy Thomas and
I got Dan Jurgens handing me the tongs to get bacon. You know what I'm saying? You are the elite at that point.
I had a lot of fun. Like the last, when I left that morning on Sunday morning, I left early, and I went out there it was really great, a good time. And then, but actually, I didn't get to see the bar before, like you were talking about. I wish it kept it that way. That I hear about it, but really great atmosphere in there. Though, if you get a seat by the window over here, we were back by one of the tables over here. Me and Dave and Chris and a bunch of people, Glenn and Boggsy and Christine. We're all sitting there. You could see everybody walking from the convention hall or going back or whatever. And I really liked it. And if you're not into alcoholic beverages, the Shirley Temple at the bar in the Westin is pretty damn good. Hey, Izzy.
Good morning.
We should clarify that when we talk about the breakfast, first of all, because I've heard some people make comments. We're not necessarily saying that this food is so ridiculously amazing it's going to change your mind. It's the experience. The food in the past was phenomenal. Now it's still good, but in reality it's only slightly better than what you get at.
What happened to his connection?
Yeah, I agree.
But when you combine it, when it gets combined with the experience, the people, that's where it becomes off the hook.
It's just fresh eggs, bacon, grits. But the thing, they have everything. This is not a continental breakfast.
It's steam table food.
You want sausage? Well, you want links or patties. These are good links. These aren't no basic links. They got rocky fresh smoothies nonstop. You can get your continental. They got Starbucks brand coffee or regular coffee, and it's good. They got biscuits and gravy up there. And previously you see them cooking it in this open kitchen, fancy hotel kitchen. Now it's the same food, but I'm sure their kitchen accommodation upstairs is vastly smaller and less than downstairs.
The bigger difference was what was out at previously. It was on a counter under heat lamps versus being put in the steam table with the closed lids. Yeah. So certain things such as French toast or bready things.
Don't forget the omelet bar.
You get that. Oh yeah, you
made the order omelet bar. We lost the omelet bar. There was in the previous one. There's a man that just stood out there, waiting on you to come up with all the fresh ingredients out with a pan in front of him, and you come up and you'd order omelet. He'd crack the egg and put whatever you want in there and make it for you and put it on your plate right then and there.
Yeah, so it was better before, but it's still but the thing is the location. I think you're right. The seating opportunities are better, and the experience though is always the best part.
Well, I'm looking forward to next year already.
I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm gonna be sad I can't go.
I wish
you're not going.
He's got
my young
celebrate his anniversary or graduation.
My youngest is
that means nothing. Come on.
My youngest is graduating from university that weekend.
See,
yes, that's bold.
Yeah, you got it.
Celebrate by bringing your youngest to Heroes Con.
In my defense, Heroes Con is the one who's moving their weekend around all the time. If they just kept it over Father's Day weekend, like they had for many, many years, I'd have no problem. If they kept it the week after Father's Day weekend, I'd have no problem. But the fact that they chose to then move it up 2 weeks earlier this year, that made it a problem.
I get to carry all my intimates here.
Nice purse.
Is that where you keep your?
My intimates. What do you mean?
Well, my intimates.
No.
It's a comic shop. So this is they finally came up with the one with the strap, so you could use a strap now.
Very unneeded. I like it.
Do they not tease you if you have a strap?
Oh, when I see Izzy wearing that, I'm going to tease him. It's in my nature.
You know the importance of a strap?
It's a European man bag.
It's like this episode of Seinfeld. But then at the end of Seinfeld, basically like, he goes, "Hey, I got your lipstick in here." And he's like pulling out makeup.
It's a satchel. What movie was that? That was Hangover.
Hangover, yeah. Indiana Jones carries one.
Yeah,
right.
Okay,
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Hey, this
He's
time
usually
you need
carrying
a
like
bag.
really important documents.
He says that as he's fanning his hair out.
Yeah, I'm more on the notion that, you know what, a bag is so important these days because, man, the ladies, the stuff you carry in those purses, I'm amazed. Like, I really do think there's like a alternate universe in there. Like, you know, like those rabbit, like when you get a rabbit out of a bag, that a person.
It's like a black hole. It's like opening a black hole. And
so Mary Poppins was actually based on a real life story, is what you're saying.
So,
yep. Well, you know, my favorite line in The Hangover, though, you just remind me of it. It's when they're checking into Caesar's palace, and Alan asked him,
"So did
is this Caesar Palace? Did Caesar live here?"
Oh, Caesar lived here.
I'm sorry, I'm still on the Mike Tyson punch. It's like when he punches, like, yo,
he just gives that right cross. He's like, ah.
Yeah, that's a great trilogy. The end of it really brings it all together too. And poor Shorty, when he bought Shorty and went under the bridge, and Shorty lost his head.
I gotta see that movie again, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I love that trilogy, man. I
What's
think that was
what's the best one? 1, 2, or 3?
First one.
They're all super strong. One is striking. One is strikingly funny and unexpected. 2 just goes a lot harder than number 1 does with the insanity. But 3 holds a special place marker that hits on an emotional level that the first 2 did not even aim to do.
And then, like the guy says, "Well, if you haven't found him by now, Bangkok's got him."
Yeah, Bangkok's got him. Yeah, dude, it's the little things. Like in the first one, when Mike Epps gets out of the trunk because they kidnapped a guy named Doug. And he's like, "That's the wrong story, Doug." Right? And Mike Epps is like, he's pleading with him. He's like, I'll be your Doug. I'll be your Doug.
But the whole concept of the movie, the whole concept of the whole trilogy is finding Doug, right? They keep losing Doug.
Yeah.
Not in the third one.
So the third one, Doug's out of the picture.
Yeah,
no,
they
weren't
I don't remember the third one as much.
They lost his fiance's brother, the dentist. I can't remember his name, but
Black Doug.
Yeah,
exactly.
Black Doug. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, easy with that shit, man.
Well, the one that's so perfect about the first one is just what's so perfect about it, because I don't know, you know. At least me, I don't know about you guys, but I've had a few nights like that where you wake up and go, "What did we do? What happened?"
You wake up married and baby Carlos,
and it just keeps getting progressively worse. They get down to the front desk, and the guy brings their car around, and it's a police cruiser.
Oh man,
that's when you know you had a fun night right there.
Yeah, the third one is about rehabilitating Alan.
Yeah,
like Alan had gone too far and just he was unable to maintain anymore. His father passes away from a heart attack in the beginning of it. Yeah. Who he's passed away in real life now. The dad from Arrested Development.
Yeah,
and they're taking Alan across country to take him to treatment to go check him into somewhere because he's only going to listen to Stu and the crew. And on the way, he meets Melissa McCarthy at that pawn shop, and like sparks fly. So ultimately, they realize like. Chow was a bad influence on him. They had to cut ties with Chow, and they're running from the John Goodman's character, who's the casino guy. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, they let Alan go and let him go be with Melissa McCarthy. It was a good movie, man.
I personally like Stu the most.
Yeah,
come on, gay boys.
Hey, hi, how you doing?
Did you die? Did you die? Sometimes you do cocaine, your heart stops. It starts beating again.
Wow. Because I just got to do wake up bump.
Yeah, exactly.
up, everybody?
Dude, when they're sitting there with the chickens, the coked up chicken fights, it's crazy.
Oh my god! And the little monkey, the drug dealer monkey.
Yes.
This is in 3. I don't remember.
Good morning, Nick's Kicks and Comics. How are you today?
Good, good. I saw a gift that you sent in the Illuminati chat that got me right up.
Yeah, I figured that'd wake you up. You know, my back's been sore. Just thinking about chiropractors and stuff, and
thinking about a change of profession. Actually,
back stopped hurting. Apparently, there's just too much blood built up in my back.
Yeah, man. Just what is it? 8 months away. Heroes Con, 7 months away.
Start counting the days. Matt said 7. He is counting the days.
I got a counter. I have a counter, an atomic clock counting down the hours.
Perfect.
I had so much fun. I got to go back and well, for me, it's perfect because I was nervous going in, but I was reassured by Jig's Kingdom, by Mark, Rob, and a lot of other people. Look, you're going to have no problem getting around in that wheelchair, and I did not. It's perfect for somebody like me, you know, and it's all comic books. I really don't want to go. I really don't look. I love Lee Majors, but I don't need to pay $85 to get a picture next to him, the $6 million man. So I'm there to get comics and get signatures. And
no. He's the fall guy. Come on, I'm just kidding.
Well, he's both. Yeah, you know, actually, he's from my hometown.
Yeah, I think people, and I'm sure of it. People underestimate what it means to be in this community. People underestimate it who haven't allowed themselves to be in the community for multiple reasons. They have their assumptions about what it is on here. They have their own ideas what it means for us to be friends. They don't even understand the concept until you see it yourself in person. But when you see all these people that are online hanging out on here every day for all year, and then we've managed to curate once a year where as many of us as possible go and we all meet up in the same place, and you see how the interactions are. When you turn a corner and you see someone that you've talked to for 7 months straight every day, and you see him in person, you realize instantly what this really means to all of us. That's something that we all share. Like it's not like meeting them for the first time. It's like you haven't had a chance to see them.
It's like a class reunion.
The first time you meet somebody is like it's the first time it's like you're being reunited. It's not being not meeting for the first time.
You know, I can tell you, like when I rolled in there to the lobby, like when Will and Christina said, "You got to come there," because I didn't have. I'm gonna rectify that situation too. I had another room booked, another hotel the first night. I came in and everybody's sitting in the lobby. Everybody's like, ah, you know, it's just like, it's kind of like, you know, you see those videos of guys that played the video games or like Call of Duty with people for years. Mm-hmm. And they finally meet and they just start hugging and they're like nothing. But it's like not the first time they met, obviously.
Yeah, it's like being reunited.
Yeah.
Even though you're meeting for the first time, it's like you've been away from each other and you've just been waiting the chance to see each other. That's what's unique about the online stuff, whether it's gaming or this. This is the only experience I have with any of that stuff. You know, I don't do the online gaming and all that, but I've done Heroes Con for a long time, and I know what it feels like to get to see one of your friends in person. This is like modern age version of pen pals. Like you talk, you communicate, but you don't know how important like physical contact is for human beings till you have an experience like that, where someone that you're genuinely friends with, you genuinely care about, and you don't realize just how deep that bond is till you see him in person and you actually get to hug them, you get to say hello, you get to shake hands, and
walk around with them and look for comics or go out there, you know,
have breakfast with him at the Westin. It changes your life.
And I would argue that, like, you know, like, before they had like this right here, the YouTube, and people collect comic books or, you know, toys or whatever, you know, the only thing you really had was like the letter section in the back of Marvel and DC Comics. And people actually met that way. I think the creators of ElfQuest started the man and wife. I can't remember their name. Sorry, I'm not as well versed as some people on the history of comics, but that's how they met and got married, was through writing. They found because they used to actually put your address when you wrote a letter to Marvel or DC. You know, obviously, for obvious reasons, they don't do that anymore.
Wendy and Richard Peeney.
Yeah, Peeney. Yeah, that's it. But like, so it's also a good way. Like, I don't know about y'all, but there's some in like my everyday to-day life here in Kentucky. Like, I have friends that I'm cool with, but like if I sit here and talk to them about, oh, well, this book right here is like the second cameo appearance of such and such character, it looks like an alien crawled out of my ear and jumped on my shoulder. Or like, oh my God, you're boring the shit out of me. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
See, whereas the people you're talking to now will discuss, hey, what alien just popped out of your ear?
Yeah, exactly. And is that his first appearance? Was that in Uncanny X-Men 230?
Was that
wait a minute, madam, get the net.
I'll be like, been there. I know what you're talking about.
Teoculus is here.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's actually the second one, though. He's not the first Teoculus, because the first one was green. This one's purple. Like the little nerd. What's the guy in the Simpsons? Well, actually, that was an ASM 38.
Yep. That's it.
Now that everybody's here, this is really the first chance I think that I've thought of it. But you mentioned it earlier, Matt. What's everybody else thinking of It Welcome to Derry, which I would hail as probably the coolest first 2 episodes of a TV show of the year.
The first 10 minutes of episode 1 was like insane.
Yeah.
Really?
You haven't watched it yet, man?
Right.
It's HBO.
No, I didn't watch it.
This is your wheelhouse. It's not just TV. It's HBO.
Okay.
Did you watch the movie, the most recent version that they did of It Part 1 and 2?
No.
You definitely got to watch the movies first. It's just
especially Part 1.
Oh, because it's off of It.
Yeah, so the whole lore behind It is originally in the first made for TV Tim Curry movie, it's like every 30 years It comes back and feeds off the fear of people and kills these people. In the new movie, they get a little more specific. Every 27 years, It returns to this town and it feeds off people's fear, and it kind of has a deep sleep for 27 years. So It Part 1 is these kids that deal with it. And then Part 2 is 27 years later, them returning because it has returned.
Yeah.
Well, the TV show on HBO Max is 27 years before the movie to the previous. And it's really cool.
And it's got so many like Stephen King, like Easter eggs and callbacks to other Stephen King novels.
Yeah.
Mr. Halloran, the character from The Shining, is a young man.
Scatman Crothers character.
Yeah, and like shout out to Scatman Crothers. He was the voice of Jazz and Hong Kong Phooey, by the way. Show some respect, everybody. But anyway, not that you weren't, but hey, Roscoe. But yeah,
deal with no disrespect in Hong Kong Phooey around here.
Right, we got to put respect on that name, right? But anyway, the legendary Scatman Crothers too, because he was like he'd been sitting around since the vaudeville days. But anyway, and you got like this military aspect going on. Like, what are they doing at this secret facility, the military base? And yeah, I just like it's got like I don't know, it's just like awesome.
It's just really good. Well written, well acted, beautifully shot and directed. Like the TV show is silver screen quality.
And the costumes, and you've seen all those old cars and the old music from the early 60s is very cool. It's like very like I don't know. And they did a great job with everything.
You're saying it's better than the Penguin was?
It's on par with quality wise. At that point, you're just talking about what do you prefer taste wise?
Okay, all right.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I prefer this because I'm a big horror fan anyway. But I prefer.
This instantly has me more intrigued. There's more lore in this to dive into,
and it's like a love letter to Stephen King novels. If you're a Stephen King
fan. I've definitely read a few of those. So.
Yeah,
but it's very, very, very grotesque.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. The part with the little girl and her mother.
Yeah, and the first scene, the opening scene where that boy hitchhikes with that family. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but that is a litmus test for if you can handle this series. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're gonna put the measuring stick out for the audience right at the opening.
You know, this might not be for you right now. We're going to let you know if it's not for you.
Well, it's good. I mean, with Stephen King stuff, it's so hard because you wish for a good show, and it's so far in between. Because the last one, Welcome to Castle Rock, I think was.
Oh, Castle Rock! I haven't watched that. I was reading about it with some of the. I went and looked at the Stephen King Wikipedia fan Wikipedia, where they're just kind of connecting things and places and stuff and characters.
Oh, everything.
And they mentioned Castle Rock in a couple of the connections, but I ain't familiar with it.
I never saw that show. But Nick, I'm concerned that Friday the 13th Crystal Lake series is going to be like that Castle Rock, though, because I'm a big
Paramount doing it.
Yeah, A24 Peacock.
Well, A24 is good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know. I just wanted to.
But are they making a TV series?
Jason Voorhees is like the new series. I know he's not going to be in it. It might be a little boy in it, but I think it's going to get more into like the aspect from what I've read about his mother
origins.
Yeah, like
Pamela
Voorhees. Yep, how she became basically a serial killer.
Are they going to reveal that?
You got me thinking about Cycle. Did they ever do a Cycle? I think they did a Cycle series.
Are they going to reveal that she was a serial killer before the events of the first film? Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe there's some other stuff because I've always wondered. I don't know if they're going to go into a lot of the lore of the series though, because there's some interesting stuff that happens in part 9.
What's up, Joe?
Hell, y'all open the floodgates now. You're talking about Friday 13th.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
They actually, if you notice in part 9, Jason Goes to Hell, there's a Necronomicon shows up in that book, and that's because they were going to do the Army of Darkness versus Jason Voorhees, and they were hinting around that he might be a Deadite. That's why he keeps coming back. And
they made the comic book.
They made the comic book. That's right, Bleecker. And so like I don't know if they're going to delve into that because there was a rumor that maybe Mrs. Voorhees had like dabbled in the Necronomicon to bring her dead son back, and that's why he came back.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do
that.
A
lot of crossover events happening lately that people have been talking about to try to get them on film. Because remember a couple of years back they did the Freddy versus Jason. It didn't really perform as well. It was a fun movie. Like I thought
that movie did amazing, bro.
I love
it.
It actually didn't, but because they never really went back to it.
Going back to something is not a measuring stick of if it does good or not. James Cameron didn't make Titanic 2, did he?
Oh yeah, because we really needed that sequel.
They could have made. They did make a sequel to it, but he didn't do it. There was one called "Raise the Titanic."
There's literally Titanic 2,
right?
Where people were like living down there or something. I can't remember what it was. It was something crazy. No, that's Poseidon Adventure. They did one.
They made Titanic 2 direct to video, but it's like someone built another one. Hubris. We'll do it again and do it bigger and better, and this one won't sink this time, and it did.
Won't sink.
Not this time.
And the iceberg said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, hold my beer, baby. Yeah.
The iceberg returns.
Well,
hey, Izzy, on a 30 budget, it did over 116.
Worldwide, yeah, I'm looking at it.
Worldwide,
on a 30 budget, it did over 116.
82.6 million in the United States and Canada.
Yeah, on a 30 budget, dude. Like that movie was all the rage when it came out. For the R-rated teenager fans that they're making it for, they're not making that for the. They legit didn't make it for kids.
It's insane. When I was doing research for my Good Cinema on Halloween 1 and 2, and I was researching the behind the scenes Halloween Part 1. I don't know if people realize like just how phenomenal that is for it was because it was not like a big distribution place that distributed it. They had John Carpenter had a $300,000 budget, and that movie grossed like over $70 million in 1978.
That's good.
Insane.
Yeah, well, once Freddy starts knowing kung fu, you lose me, man. I'm out.
Well, yeah, the Freddy.
That's kind of Freddy's charm, isn't it? Being like,
isn't Freddy capable of doing pretty much anything and has done almost anything? Like jokingly in a lot of it, and it can't be 90s way, but.
Yeah,
that's like part of his charm. That's why the last movie, the remake, didn't really do as well because of that same factor that it was like it lost what Robert Englund brought to the table.
Yeah, it lost the humor. It tried to make it way too serious.
Yeah, and that's not what you get with a movie like that.
And what they should have done to change the whole Freddy lore was make him innocent. That would have been the best thing.
They made him extra guilty in the remake. The most guilty.
Extra guilty. Yeah, he wasn't just like
give him a reason to come back and haunt people's dreams. Don't make him a guilty person that gets a second chance. That's terrible.
Isn't it funny though? Because when you're a kid watching that, you don't really think of that aspect, but it's like, yeah, this is darker than you really think. He's like, he's not just a child. They call him a child murderer. But
that's good. Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
But that's probably best. You don't want to be like, I'm not going to use the word. Yeah, I'm not definitely going to use the word.
Yeah, he had popsicles in his basement in the new one.
he was hanging out with Epstein.
He had a paneled van in the back.
Exactly, Rob. Exactly.
Yeah. Now there's talks about Jim Carrey trying to do the role.
Well, that's like I don't think that's going to happen.
Jim Carrey to do the role as
Freddy,
really?
I could see it.
He could bring that England.
I could see it.
That England
Didn't
energy.
they? Well,
this is a box set that I have. I've never upgraded this to Blu-ray even, and I've been looking at the HD. I mean the 4K options. I haven't pulled a trigger because this box set was always so goated. You had Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which I love the design of the makeup on that one, and then it's got all of them in there. Got the OG, but look at the cases, man. Like
that's cool.
Dope, man.
Yeah, you can't top that.
Didn't they say they were making a new Freddy movie, and that the guy that played in the real serious one, the whatever,
Earl Haley.
He's doing it again. I heard.
He's a good actor for it.
He is good. I think he was great. He looked the part. Like I enjoyed it.
But it was the charm of Freddy. As crazy as that may sound.
Yeah, no, I get it. I know what you're saying.
Now, I know everyone loves the charm of Freddy, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's my least favorite thing about any Nightmare on Elm Street is the campy charm of him. This energy that he brought in this.
That's hot. The way that thing crawled. That is a great box.
And you know the best thing about him? As with any lenticular, they do this.
Oh yeah, you need to have that. You need to.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
dude, I loved this one so much. I don't know, this era when they did like the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is like the greatest horror movie remake ever. The Friday the 13th that they did in this era, I loved it. It had that same OG energy.
Crap on it, but I liked it, Mark.
Yeah, it had that OG energy big time.
And I liked the how they threw that little trying to explain how he gets places so fast because there's all these tunnels under the.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was a cool way of doing that.
And they introduced it in Freddy versus Jason. I don't know if y'all remember that when they drug Freddy out of the dream at the fight at the end, and Freddy's in the cabin and he's about to get old girl. They drag him out of the dream and he pauses and looks around at the cabin burning around him. And he turns around and Jason's behind him. The first thing Jason does is grab him, puts him through a window, and then he runs with him down the window frame, busting him through the cabin. It's the first time you really see Jason run ever. But in the remake of Friday the 13th, like this dude isn't just walking after you. He is chasing you. And that was a new level of intense that I really appreciated.
I mean, still, I have a good place to heart, but there nothing beats the OG ones. And like I often say, like besides part 1, part 4, I think part 6 actually is one of my favorite ones.
I like 7.
I like 3.
A New Blood, yeah.
When Tina had like the
basically, like what happens in a lot of horror films, the hero, the so-called hero of the movie, is responsible for all these people getting killed because he's the reason he comes back in part 6.
Is that the one where they stake him and the lightning?
Yeah, and the lightning hits him.
I want to make sure he's dead.
Well, you just brought him back to life, dumbass.
Yeah.
Although the think that you could do that is totally ludicrous, but you know it's one of those movies where you just suspend disbelief. That's what because when you're watching a movie, you're not supposed to be like, well, actually, you know, he couldn't.
Well, he's a supernatural entity,
yeah,
so
exactly.
like anything that they want to do is on the table at that point. If we accept that one premise,
yeah, he's
the fact that they can make that many come back to life stories is amazing. You know. This is how it happened. Oh, this is how
they learned from comics.
Yeah,
you know, but I love how the last movie is supposed to be called Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, and I'm like, dude, he's already dead. You can't dead someone that's dead.
Well, you see how they do that though, how they end it. I mean, that's a good name for it, but ultimately, it's like the ghost of his mom is just trying her hardest to hold him at bay, and that's how it backs out and ends with her just like trying to confine him. Yeah. Like if you went and watched that movie at its premiere, you left that movie knowing, oh, that won't last.
And like, there's very rare that I can say it's even as a kid, you get even kind of jaded when you watch a lot of slasher and stuff like that. But like, I remember, and I still have memories of it when I was like probably too young to be watching. I was like 8 years old watching Nightmare on Elm Street. My cousin who was a teenager was like, hey, you got to watch this. Because he knew it was going. He wanted to. I thought he wanted to
scare you up.
I didn't sleep for a week, dude. I didn't sleep for a week. And the only thing I can compare that to is when, like people like my mother's generation talk about going to see Psycho and like being taking a shower freaked them out. Or like the first time you watched Jaws, you're like, I'm not swimming in the ocean no more. Well, that's dead. You know,
I'm still not swimming in the ocean.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say mainly because there's sharks in there, though.
Yeah,
it wasn't Jaws that ruined it for me. It was the invention of the Shark Week app. Like,
that's scary.
Yeah.
I love Shark Week. So Shark Week it kind of coincides with when we do our vacation, anyways. But like Shark Week it's great. It's fantastic. And they're tagging sharks and studying them. You can download the Discovery Shark Week app on your phone, and those sharks that they tag, you can see where they're at. And they tag so many more sharks than they film tagging. It's a full-time kind of gig, and this TV program only goes for a week. So you download that app for funsies during Shark Week while you're at the ocean, and all of a sudden your phone has chicken pox. You're like, wait a minute.
Holy crap! Yeah.
No, hard pass.
Ghoulies may be afraid to sit on a toilet for a while.
Sharks are the least of your worry in the waters and the deep oceans. There are things under there that they're big, huge monsters scared of the goddamn ocean.
And also the stuff you learn from like Shark Week watching it, like
stingrays will kill you.
Get into sharks, you realize that you can be in 3 feet of water, they could be there and you wouldn't even know it.
Yeah. So what I do is because we go to the Golden Isles to the island, not the bad one. But we go over there and you got it's a cluster of islands, and we hop over to Jekyll Island for a lot of our beach stuff, which is on the riverside. And while you're like, this is the same little area where they do the dolphin tours where the shrimp boats are and stuff like that. So while you're swimming, 100% of the times you go, you will see dolphins numerous times. And where there are dolphins, there are not sharks. Dolphins don't put up with sharks, like by nature.
Sharks are actually scared of dolphins.
Yeah, by nature, they don't put up with sharks. You got to go, guys. You can't stay here.
Didn't they do a big experiment? What was it, Mythbusters? They were throwing a dolphin floaty basically in the water, and sharks were scattering or something.
They're the bullies of the sea.
They're also afraid of orcas too, rightly so.
Wow.
Yeah, remember in Orca, the movie, when they try to clown on Jaws and they have the shark fly out of the water? Like, what can do that? Only the most powerful ocean predator, the orca. So in Jaws 2, they started with the dead orca on the beach that Jaws ate.
Like I had a little rivalry going on.
Yeah.
That's the movie we need to see. Orca versus Shamu versus Jaws. Who will win in that battle?
No,
I would say Telecom, because Telecom has got actual bodies under him.
I want Free
Shamu's
Willy.
got a real list.
Free Willy.
I think we can rip off an IP better than that. Can't we do Free Willy versus Jaws? Come on, we want to sell this.
And then you get the Michael Jackson soundtrack during the kill.
And the way you reveal the winners has the kid run down the rocks and put his arm up. And
yes, you gotta have the arm up.
Jaws comes up and gets the kid.
Instead of going over, he just eats them over.
The movie basically writes itself. Come on.
Hey,
the shark just jumps over the kid and eats him.
When the kid's like this too, and you just see it, it's like somehow just finds its way down. Just
better, just Sam Jackson's him Deep Blue Sea. It doesn't even jump; it just breaches and takes him like Sam Jackson.
Okay, I got it right now. Me and Mark will start writing this for a comic script, and we'll get Bleeker and a bunch of guys together. We'll just start a Kickstarter, and it'll be like Free Willy versus Jaws. Or
I got the follow-up. I got the follow-up.
I could draw my own comic book.
Whoever wins that match has to face the Meg.
So do y'all remember how sketchy this really was? 34 Easy says saying Candyman 5 times in the mirror was sketchy, legit as a kid.
Yep.
Candyman and Bloody Mary. I remember.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, you can't play Smooth Criminal. You got to play the other song, man. The Free Willy song.
He said during the battle, not at the reveal. During the battle.
No, but it's got to be a mashup between the John Williams score and that song.
Just play Human Nature.
Like the remix,
Man, Candyman, I think I preferred the second movie. The first one didn't. As a kid, I didn't feel like it had Candyman in it a lot compared to the second one. And was it the second one where it gave us more of his backstory of them catching him, cutting his hand off, and pouring the honey on him?
Yeah.
That one was wild.
I actually really enjoyed those movies. Those are they took a lot of inspiration from the Aleister Crowley. He had a place in
the Satanic guy.
Yeah, he had a place in Italy, and the place that they used for like with the mouth open and all the art that they used on the wall, it was real.
The first one?
Yeah, real similar to what Aleister Crowley had in his place in Italy there.
Yeah, I remember the ending of it. I'm like, well, that was kind of when she's crawling through the big
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I haven't watched those in a long time. I might need to do a rewatch. They did a remake of it last year or something, didn't they? They remade their original one.
They did, yeah. I didn't watch it, to be honest.
I haven't seen it. I'd forgot I even made it. Yeah,
I should watch it. Came in like a fucking lamb, went out like a lamb as well.
Speaking of remakes, anybody start Frankenstein yet?
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix as of today.
Okay, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
I'll definitely be checking it out for show.
I haven't seen almost any Frankenstein movie that I've been happy with yet. The only Frankenstein that I've liked, and I don't like the movie, I hate the movie, is the one with Van Helsing. I love
Van Helsing is great, dude.
That version of Frankenstein was a really interesting, cool version of Frankenstein. But the rest, I'm like, meh. Unless
like
it's
you see the little electronics working in his chest, and
yeah, I thought it was really cool, man. I thought that was a real neat, and he's sort of sadder. Like he had an interest. He didn't. I don't know. It was just an interesting take.
I would still die on the hill that the best Mary Shelley's Frankenstein adaptation that's been made was the TNT made-for-TV event. You know that we talk about this regularly here recently. It was originally a 2-part TV event. The Odyssey, starring Amada Santi, was a 2-part TV event. The Hunley. Frankenstein was the same thing on TNT, and they had Randy Quaid played the monster, and it was actually like super duper good.
Randy Quaid has a monster.
Randy freaking Quaid, bro.
Back from Christmas Vacation?
Randy, freaking
He's
Eddie,
already a monster. He doesn't need makeup for that.
But you see how they like layup then. That's why it was so good, I guess.
He used to be a good actor, though. He was in
yes, he was in Independence Days. Up yours.
Yeah, but he was in a movie. What was it? Like something about he was in prison in Turkey or something.
In Turkey or for eating turkey?
Midnight Express.
Yes, Midnight Express. That's the movie. He started it. That movie's loaded with actors. It's actually a really good movie.
It's based on a true story. The guy got caught smuggling hashish out of Turkey.
Yeah,
to get a life imprisonment in Turkey for doing that.
And Quaid was in that movie with a bunch of great actors. But yeah.
I think it was directed by was it Alan Parker? I think directed it. He directed The Wall.
What, Midnight Express?
Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Parker. And it got Academy Award for Best Music for Original Score. Randy Quaid starring in a Oscar-winning movie.
I know, bro. It's insane. Shitter's full.
Yeah, so we have this Bride movie coming up with Christian Bale. That looks wild, heavily artistic, stylized.
It's set in the 20s, isn't it? Something like that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it a couple of times when I saw Tron Ares.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is awesome, bro.
I haven't watched it yet. Did you guys see it on the big screen?
I saw it on the big screen.
Yeah. It has a limited run on the big screen, and
I think it's on Netflix now.
That's what Nick was saying. It came out today on Netflix.
A lot of good stuff to watch this weekend. Got that new
Predator.
Yeah,
Predator. You've got Pluribus on Apple TV.
What is that about?
That's with homegirl from Better Call Saul. It's about a pandemic that makes people uncontrollably happy and joyous, and she's like the only one who's not.
So the opposite of the one we went through is what you're saying.
The opposite one. Yep.
I don't know.
It made everybody controllably mad. The one we went through.
I was very happy and joyous. I've never been happier. 5-foot rule with people was the happiest time in my life. I'm like, hey, bro, even if I didn't believe in it, and I don't care what beliefs for,
if you knew that if that was I live down here in the South, so we didn't We didn't.
You're a little close, aren't you, bro? Come on.
We didn't participate in the shenanigans to the level that a lot of the places did. We're like, that's silly.
It was pretty dumb, bro. It was pretty dumb.
Shut down New York, man.
Yeah, it shut down St. Catharines, where I live.
It shut down a lot of places. It caused the California great exodus that I think they're just now starting to see people returning in some form of number. And a lot of businesses had to change up everything. A lot of people moved for business reasons because there's different states where they could operate or not operate certain ways based on how they did things. And a lot of people were just not fans. Florida and Texas grew in great numbers. A lot of people in New York went south. A lot of people in Cali went east.
All the comedians went to Texas and
Austin. Yeah, specifically Austin.
And then the people lived there and said,
not all of them. They're still like Bobby Lee and
I know there's a handful, but Comedy Store closed down. So.
Yeah, that's why Kill Tony had to move because they weren't able to do that's like a live thing. They tried to do it web wise, but ultimately it was Ron White that got the comedian crew to move. A lot of people assume it was Rogan moving, and he had a big influential part in it. But it's Ron White who was already there and was kind of already advocating for this is a great place for comedy. He's not talking about it like a substitute. You have New York, you have California, but Texas, he was like kind of putting on the map a little bit, and people were going over there and just kind of enjoying the change in scenery and the accessibility.
A little more freedom during that time, sure, as well.
Yeah, a lot more.
Like I didn't, a lot more freedom during that time.
Rogan credits Ron White for getting him there. Tony credits Ron White for getting him there.
Ron White, you know what? And I'm not a huge fan of all of that nonsense. I don't believe in everything those guys preach, but Ron White's hilarious, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
The funny dude. Always thought he was
they're
a good
comedians, so
yeah,
you don't need to believe what they preach because it's just jokes, observational humor.
Yeah, they would implore you not to as well.
A lot of people get really like, you got to be left or right or this or that. I'm like, I'm not into all that, man.
Comedy can be comedy without politics.
If you're getting medical advice or other advice from a comedian, you're probably something's wrong.
We know, Vogs, you got the shirt. You went, you saw the movie, you got the shirt. Mark is proud of you finally, but he tempers his proudness by the fact that it took you 3 weeks to get there.
3? I wish it was only 3, Robert.
I just saw Legacy last night.
Welcome back, madam.
Hi, madam.
I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye, madam. Bye, madam.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Mark,
you came back just to tell us that you're leaving. Well, where are you off to?
She got all dressed. She got all dressed up to leave us. She was fine. She was fine, just hanging out in her PJs, being comfortable.
We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, if you don't go anywhere, we can talk about it when it comes up here. What was it, Rob?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. So you saw Vogs is very excited. He saw the movie. He bought the shirt, so now we can match.
You can be twins. We won't be able to tell you apart.
Won't be able to.
At Heroes Con,
better looking.
And Heroes Con, Vogs will walk into the booth wearing that. We won't even know. We'll think it's Mark.
Yep, exactly.
And then we'll look down and see his shoes and go, "Oh wait, you're not Mark."
Oh wait, I can't see his toes. That's definitely not Mark.
He has sneakers on.
Why am I the big?
Because I was going to ask you questions.
Because you got the T-shirt on.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're not sitting by your couch. I'm shocked.
You got the T-shirt on.
You're not on the beat off bench for one. You're wearing the shirt. You just seen. When did you get to see the movie? When did you actually finally see it?
Last week.
It's been a few days. Were you able to find an IMAX screen, or did you have to settle for one of the smaller screens?
I just watched it regular, but I think
it's off of IMAX at this point.
Yeah, it's on.
What did you think? Give us your thoughts, Vogsy.
I give it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. It was
solid score. 1000% agree.
I liked how it threw back to the original, and it brought up Sam and Cora. I thought it was a really cool concept. I thought Dillinger's grandson is awesome.
Whoa! Not too many spoilers.
No,
man.
you can talk full spoilers on this movie. It's not
Get
a
out
secret.
your notes. Get out your notes.
Yeah,
Doc.
Izzy, you're
Dillinger's grandson is literally the main bad guy who's in all the trailers.
Yeah, I
It's
know
not
that
a
he was
secret.
who was supposed to have been Cillian Murphy, but apparently because of scheduling reasons,
Dude, he
didn't
looks
get
like Cillian.
But
But
Yeah, so it's Cillian Murphy's nephew.
yeah, it's you know who I found out it was, Mark? It was what's his name?
It's Evan Peters. It's not a secret who it is. Evan
Oh, it's
Peters, the
yeah,
actor who
and he
plays
was in
Quicksilver, the actor who
Kick-Ass.
plays Dahmer. He's a
Yeah,
great
he
actor.
also was in
Dahmer.
Kick-Ass.
Jeffrey Boner.
Yes, he was.
Boner.
So Bogsy,
Let's see.
what did you think of Jared Leto's portrayal as Ares?
I thought he was amazing.
Shockingly good, right? Like he crushed that role, dude.
So good. Like I like how hyper intelligent he is. It's just he's a character. And then yeah, he's super hyper intelligent. But back to Dellinger, he reminds me of Superman this summer. He's a character you love to hate. He is awesome.
Yeah, he had that Lex Luthor energy.
Yeah, he doesn't. Good morning. He doesn't give a blank about anything. He's just like, I'm master control. You listen to me, or you are going to be eliminated.
It's eerie seeing Vogsy sitting upright. I know he's not on the beat off bench. It's odd. That's why we're really relishing this moment.
We don't even know who he is.
You know what moment? And I was talking about this last night. I had somebody call me just to say hey and stuff, and they had seen the movie. And you know the scene when they're in Incom Tower and they're racing against the clock to try to save Ares before he de-reses, and then Athena pulls up, and they're like, "Okay, we got it." And he turns back and he looks at Eve and he just throws her the Rubik's cube, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Oh man, he's gone, and that wasn't me.
Got too excited.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
But then he throws her the Rubik's cube and he just goes, "Change of plans," and then he just like darts for Athena. Like that moment, like my hands went up in the air. I'm like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like I feel like that was the moment that it truly turned. Like he's there. I chew.
You got to go back to the couch, man. You got to go back to the lounger.
Like, yes. No, don't tell me what to do.
No, you were freezing up a little bit, Bogsy. Say that last part again.
Oh, I was shooting.
Yes, sir.
No, but it was really well done. I don't think there were any slow points to the movie. That mid-credit scene, though, Mark. Oh my god.
Oh, that wasn't it?
So good.
Yeah, did you catch yeah, with Sark? That was amazing. Yeah, you froze a little bit there again. Did you catch the detail logs of what the permanence code is and was?
No, I didn't really hyper focus on that.
So yeah. So it gets into how deep the story goes and how really connected it is to Legacy also. Because you remember Legacy well. You remember?
I did.
All right, well then, there you go. The Matrix got him. They were afraid he was going to divulge all their secrets.
Roxy needs a permanence code, it seems like.
He needs someone to fight for him as a user. The programs are coming after him.
Yeah, for context, a lot of people were wanting so much more specific carryover from Legacy to Ares, despite like the real world obstacles and hurdles they had to cross due to studio delays. All this. Ultimately, it was Jared Leto, who's a massive Tron fanboy, kind of like Henry Cavill with Warhammer, how it's his #1 fandom. That's how Jared Leto is with Tron. And Jared Leto was originally already hired. It was greenlit for Tron Ascension. It was the Tron 3 that was supposed to come directly after Legacy. Like it was supposed to release 2 years after Legacy.
Yep.
But because of the challenges Disney was having at the time, they had to shelve it. Jared Leto was already cast. It was already written. He was playing Ares, all this. Sam and Cora would have had a more direct involvement in the movie had it come directly after in real world time, but because it didn't and it went through all this stuff, Jared Leto finally stepped up, and he just stepped in as a producer and got Ares out, and got it. So some changes and stuff that happened were necessity, and some of it was also based off new story rights, with hoping that we will get a number 4 kind of thing. We're going to, because of time gap, we're going to reformulate some of this and steer it to 4 that would bleed even more of the Ascension concepts into 4. But I like that this was pretty much this. Yeah, like what they did is they pretty much took Ascension and took some of these concepts and they pulled them apart and made them into 2 movies. Like, let's just, because what this movie is, you're on the Dillinger grid more than anything. What Ares is, he's literally Tron on the Dillinger grid, which Tron is nothing but a security. He's the most advanced security software program for the Incom grid.
Yep.
Well, on the Dillinger grid, its name is Ares, and that's what this movie is. You're following the Tron of the Dillinger grid. It's brilliant.
Mark, I love the scenes where it's Dillinger and he has the giant head.
Yeah, the thumbnail for today. Yeah, throwback to the first Tron.
Yeah, where he's like, what is your directive master control? And he's like questioning things, and so good. I do think we're gonna get a 4th. I really do, the way this one ended.
Yeah,
it'll be.
You
don't think so?
Story-wise, it's open for number 4 in a big way, but who knows what they'll do studio-wise? They need to get
before we get a number 4.
20 years.
Yeah, I think that's the format, right? That's
GTA 6 comes out.
It took 20 years to get the first sequel. It took 15 for the second. So what? It'll be 7 years now. 7 years for the fourth one.
If this one made a lot of money, it'll be in it.
It did 180 million at the box office. But what's going to depend on everything is video on demand sales, because they're still trying to figure out how to measure that. We don't have DVD Blu-ray sales like we used to. That if a movie made a third of its budget back at the theater, but then it did amazing on physical media, you're getting a second one, period.
Yeah, that's true.
Still trying to figure out how to they're trying to figure out how to formula that now. You have video on demand sales, upticks in subscribers as a measurement, but also social media stuff that they do. And they haven't done a lot of social media stuff for this. So I think they're kind of not banking.
What's cool? Yeah, I also love the light cycles. They still look amazing.
Oh, God, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, what got me was the jet ski thing, that scene with the light cycle jet ski.
Where he's escaping. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, the way he just dropped his disc to go through the floor.
Yes. Where they fall in the water and they go.
Yeah.
And I'm
into the simulation. Did you notice how different the Dillinger grid was compared to the Incom, which is clean and rounded and everything?
Way crazy. And the regular grid doesn't have water, right?
Yeah, it has a sea of simulation. That's what it's called. Yeah, remember the regular grid, the final aerial battle was over the sea of simulation, and ultimately Rensler fell into it.
Yeah. No, what's it called? What? I'm trying to think of another scene I really, really loved.
I just want to go on record real quick. We've been talking about this for a good 7-8 minutes. Not once has Vogsy mentioned the soundtrack. This movie is not. This movie is not all noise. Like, the soundtrack is amazing. Best of the year.
Mark, I love how it started like Legacy, where it's the Disney logo, and they're playing the 9 Inch Nails. I'm like, they did it like freaking Legacy.
Yeah, and then the way that we go into the grid the first time with Dillinger typing on the keyboard and stuff.
Oh. Dude, you know who Dillinger kind of looks like, right? Dursey.
Think he looks like Durs, like Adam.
Yeah. And that's a compliment to Adam. Dude, but no, I like how he was able to communicate with them. Dude, his mother dying, where he was so distraught.
Oh. Yeah, that's what that Fogsy is what gave it the PG-13 rating, was that one death right there.
Yeah.
Because previously the first two were PG-13 despite people getting their heads knocked off, their arms chopped. But what I was going to mention to you about the permanence code, do you remember in Legacy when Cora gets her arm cut off? at the bar, and then Flynn has to while they're on the light train, he has to open her identity disk and pull her code up, and he has to mess with her code. You remember how her code was shaped like a double helix because she's an ISO.
Yep.
So when Flynn discovered permanence, it was because of the ISOs.
Yep.
And if you look at what the permanence code was that they discovered, how Flynn hid it on the 2 separate floppy disks that they put it together, it's the double helix. So permanence is literally the ISO code.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting.
Oh.
Was that you, Rob?
No. Yeah. No, I'm being sucked in. Bye.
I'm jealous. No. No, Mark, we can definitely talk it further whenever. But well done. Well done.
Yeah,
Highly
I encourage everyone to
recommend
check
those
them
who
out.
haven't seen it. Don't be.
If you're a fan of the Tron movies, Ares is spot on brand.
Like I told someone, you put the hating of Jared Leto aside. Go see the movie for what it is.
It's the hate for Jared Leto is so manufactured. It's kind of like, do y'all remember how The Rock was like the highest paid actor in Hollywood, and he was like a natural draw to a big audience? And then like 3 summers ago, it just became online meme just to hate on The Rock. I don't remember what sparked it, but then his movies just all of a sudden, like, people, instead of seeing him, they just make fun of him online. With Jared Leto, the same thing happened because of Joker. Kind of puts a bad taste in people's mouths for a while, but then he won Oscars and stuff after that. People loved him in Blade Runner, Dallas Buyers Club, blah, blah, blah. But then Morbius, because it wasn't MCU, everyone was clowning that before they even saw it. Before it ever came out.
There was 2 reasons for the hate of The Rock. Because he came out, and one of them was, I think, when they had those horrible fires in Hawaii, he's asking people to give money. And they're like, wait a minute, you got like dollars. But also there was a problem. I think the one thing that didn't bother me as much as, like, the only thing that bothered me with The Rock, and I'm a huge Rock fan, is the way he tried to do an end run around James Gunn, and he brought Henry Cavill into it.
He predated James Gunn with his time at DC, though, man. He was under
he was like, he also just wasn't trying to get people to give money. That was
he tried to take over. That's what he tried to do.
He tried to take over their land.
Hey, Mark,
he wouldn't let native Hawaiians go to new land where it wasn't burned to shit. Like, it's insane what he did.
Hold on, Vogs. Y'all try not to talk over each other.
Sorry, my bad, Bleak.
Yeah, no, you're good, man.
What were you saying, Bleak?
He tried to with Oprah. They had massive amounts of land, and they weren't letting people onto like big, huge parts of Hawaii that weren't burned. So all these people that were in terrible situation didn't have anywhere to go, and they couldn't go anywhere. And then he was trying to get people to do money, and then he got caught on Instagram saying the same thing like 14 times. I don't know. This is the first time I've been to In-N-Out Burger. He's been there like 17 times, man. And you do the same video every time you go to In-N-Out Burger. So that's
probably a problem.
Rock, he's one of these guys that he wants PR to be following him.
That's all he is a big PR thing. He's a big
he's a PR guy. He's one of those guys that he's not what people think he is, but he wants you to think he's that.
So it's kind of just like a victim of social media. Like, it's like we take it for granted, but social media is still really in its infancy and how it affects so many industries. And when it comes to celebrities that used to have that veil between us and them, that veil comes down, and the more some of these people do, it kind of changes we have this perception of them, and we like this perception of them. But if you go out on your own accord and you change our perception of you, we might like you more, but we might like you less.
And Garth Brooks is another good example, because Tom Segura and his wife Christina have showed you so many cringy like social media videos he's put out. You're like, this dude is not good at this at all.
Garth sucks at social media, but he's one of the greatest singer-songwriters of our lifetime.
No doubt.
Yeah. And Mark, so I wanted to bring up, because you brought up the Bride of Frankenstein trailer. Oh my God, it looks so damn good. I like when she wakes up and she's like, "What's my name?" And you just see Christian Bale's grins, like, "I know who exactly, you mother."
Christian Bale's like he's awesome, man. That guy has changed his body, changed his everything for acting. That guy does amazing. You can't say enough about that guy. As one of the best actors of our time, I would put it on him for sure.
Leak, if you want to see, I don't know if you've seen it, a really good young Christian Bale movie, Empire of the Sun with him and John Malkovich.
It's one of my favorite movies, brother.
I would recommend American Psycho to Bleak before Empire of the Sun.
I've also seen that.
You want to see a guy dedicated? Watch The Machinist. No, watch The Machinist.
Yeah,
that's a great one. Did you know he actually played in a version? Was it Huckleberry Finn or the Treasure Island or something as well? He played in the Disney movie of Treasure Island. That was like one of his first gigs.
What he did to himself for The Machinist. He's like,
well, he went from The Machinist to Batman. He like,
I know, he went bump,
ridiculous, bro. And then he went down, and then he went to The Fighter. If you remember,
where he's a
fighter, he got real sticky because he played an addict, right?
And then from that, he goes on and plays Dick Cheney and has his head shaved to look like Dick Cheney.
The guy is dedicated.
And then wasn't he then in what's it called? The one with,
Batman? Yeah, he was Batman.
No, American Hustle.
Oh
yeah, American Hustle. Yeah, that's the name of it.
You know
that was pretty good.
You know what's funny is whenever I think of Christian Bale, I always think I see the meme on my feed sometimes. Why isn't it possible? Why isn't it possible?
Well, has anybody ever watched? Anybody ever see Ford versus Ferrari?
Oh yeah,
good. So
amazing.
Good.
Great movie. Great movie.
The hat tip at the end.
Yes. Did anybody, speaking of Ferraris, see the F1 movie? It is phenomenal this year.
Yeah, it's very good.
I loved it. It was so good. I don't think there's any more movies this year I may see besides the Frankenstein, but
you're not gonna go see. You're not gonna see Predator. Come on, man.
Predator, man.
Avatar 3.
I did see the trailer.
Is it already getting such bad reviews?
No, it's getting some great reviews.
Dude, Avatar 3 looks phenomenal and of course visually amazing because guess what? James Cameron is the man.
Unmatched.
Did anyone get the feeling that Boggs just came on here to give Mark a hand job this morning? I don't know. It was Avatar and
Mark and I are like-minded gentlemen.
Come on, bro.
I didn't say
quit cock blocking, buddy. Quit cock blocking.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mark. When you said it was unmatched, you know what else is unmatched? The Breakfast at the Westin.
The Breakfast at the Westin.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, you missed a long, detailed talk on the Westin breakfast.
Dude, I'm Mark's right-hand man.
We did a deep dive on it, actually.
Yeah, full deep dive.
Even
Dude,
not that we did deep dive on the bar and the
creator, sitting options, all of it. We talked it all.
Dude, I'm Mark's right-hand man.
Celebrity comic book, celebrity angle,
yeah, every bit of it. Michael Fassbender did the same thing with Getting Thin for the movie Hunger, by the way. Nice.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen, very underrated Fassbender movie. I love Fassbender.
He's great, man. He's really good too.
There's a movie called X-Men First Class. He's in that movie too.
No, get out of here.
What about Eden Lake? Did y'all watch Eden Lake? It's one of his early films. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that actually.
It's horror about these kids. You have these this couple, Fassbender and his old lady, or coupling or vacationing at a little lake, and these terrible kids, man, they torment them. They're not little kids, they're like older teenagers.
Okay.
Torment them, torture, deaths occur, and people running for their lives, and crazy, unfortunate, intense ending too, man.
Does he get really mad and put a bunch of metal through them?
Yes.
I can't recall, but I can tell you this: metal goes through somebody in that movie for sure.
What's it called?
Anything else,
things. The Assassin's Creed movie is pretty good with him. It's decent.
I'll tell you what, he's not in. I'm sorry, Will. Go ahead.
No, one sec, Matt. You're good.
I'm sorry.
What's that McAvoy movie that came out? Was it months ago or a year ago? Where they did the family swap, or this family go to visit him and he's like a crazy guy?
Oh, I didn't actually watch that, but it looked good.
I don't know, but I do recall a McAvoy movie.
Yeah, and you know what? The Michael Fassbender, he wasn't in this movie for a long time, but it's a very memorable scene. Is in Inglourious Basterds where they're sitting in that bar with those SS guys.
Absolutely. I like him in First Class.
And he says, and when the jig's up, he says, if you don't mind, I'm going to go out speaking the Kings.
Izzy, I love in First Class where it's him and McAvoy and they go up to Wolverine. Charles Xavier, Eric Lesher. Yourselves. Wolverine's like, I don't care.
He's like, F off.
Dude, him as David was awesome. Him in the
I will admit,
oh yeah.
I will admit
great.
My favorite part's the coin.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. The coin.
It's a good.
Prometheus and Covenant was like amazing. I thought it was an amazing piece of cinematic.
Is awesome. I love his.
He did this indie. He did this small movie with Taika Waititi where he's like a soccer coach, like a defunct soccer player. It came out about a year ago. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Fassbender's cool because his heritage is German and Irish, so you got best of both worlds.
Yeah.
In my opinion, best of both worlds.
What?
Also, speaking of Inglourious Basterds, Christopher Waltz. Oh my God!
Oh, Christoph Waltz!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did I get a bingo?
Dude, he was amazing. I love him.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Oh, is he in Frankenstein? Yeah, okay.
He's in Frankenstein. He's great.
I'm watching.
Is he really? Nice. I like him.
He's also in
Django. He was great in Django.
He was nominated for Django.
I think he was.
No, he's not. He was.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in Django. He was the. The movie's
he's also in Only Murderers. He's one of the.
My eye hole's messed up. Is everybody's eye hole?
My wife spent a lot of time on these, and we appreciate it.
What about this time? We go. The thought was good, but
next time we go full regalia.
That's the best part.
You know what?
It was Jonah Hill and Don. Wasn't it Don?
Don Johnson and Jonah Hill.
Yes, God, they were hilarious.
You know what's so funny about that?
The absurdity.
And you didn't expect. You honestly didn't expect that kind of comedy, though. Like it was that funny.
Out of left field.
Matt, do you remember when you first started YouTube? We used to say, me and you, we're going to go full regalia.
Yes, the next time we'll get it right. We'll go full regalia.
Yeah, we used to quote that all the time when you started YouTube. Who knew
Jonah Hill's done some impressive stuff, man.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, man. Oh, he was good in Wolf of Wall Street. You know,
he did that Moneyball movie. He did Wolf of Wall Street.
He was great in Moneyball.
He was also good as that the gun running movie that he was in.
Yeah, that's a good. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
He was really large and in charge in that movie, but he was real good in that movie.
Yeah. I even liked the movie he did on Netflix a couple of years ago where he was marrying Eddie Murphy's daughter in the movie.
Okay.
It was kind of funny, and like Eddie Murphy don't like him. And,
well, that's fair.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, no, he's a good actor, man. I'm picking up a Golden Age comic sometime this afternoon. I hope.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
1940 Magic Comics number 19. I'm doing some pressing work for a guy. I do comic book pressing, so
Bleak, when are you seeing our buddy Flat next?
What's that, buddy?
When are you seeing Flat next? Flat Earth.
Flat Earth? What do I think of flatness? I think flatness.
No, when are you going to see him next?
He meant Glenn.
Yeah. No, not sure. Probably within the month, I would imagine. He's going to drop off Attack Iron.
Yeah, he might be like sending a couple of my books because he was going to submit some for me at the that Connie's going to in December.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got enough. Like he's got a lot of press. He said he might send you like it's only like 2, I think, 2 or 3. So
yeah, that's not so bad. I can do that, no problem.
cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
man.
Bleak's the man for that stuff. I've known Bleak actually a little bit longer than everyone on the panel.
Yeah, man, we've hung out for a bit. Absolutely.
Yep. Is there? I actually got some new slabs in the mail. I think I haven't shown you, Bleak.
Slabs.
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
I got a good slab. I got my Voltron 1 signed by Jenny
Is
Frizzens.
Rodney's going to his couch?
Yeah, I was there when he got it signed for you.
That's a pretty good one. I'm going to bust it out.
You excited for the Voltron movie?
I am. I love Voltron. I don't know how they're going to do it. Henry Cavill's, I think, attached to it, so that's exciting.
I think they're going to use computer special effects.
I'm more excited about Highlander right now, to be honest. I think that cast is looking absolutely unbelievable, man. They got Dave Bautista as the Kurgan. They got Henry Cavill as Highlander, and they've got Russell Crowe as Ramirez. So this is turning out to be either they're going to pay way too much money in acting and the movie's going to be shit, or it's going to be one of the.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't both of these things, the Highlander project and the Voltron project, are these Amazon originals?
Not sure, brother. I'd have to look.
The Voltron, I think, is Amazon, but I'm not sure about the Highlander.
What I do know is that Highlander 0 by Dynamite Comics and the cover by Gabriel Delato is about $20 in near mint condition right now. So you should probably go buy it.
I think didn't they have to bring production to a halt because he hurt his ankle.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Is that just like the new craze, the new fad? Because didn't Tom Holland get hurt on the Spider-Man set?
Yes.
I got an honest question. What do y'all think? Because with the huge decline in theater attendance, with the huge decline in MCU. No, I'm not going to wait. You wait. In the huge decline in the MCU kind of hype, what do y'all think the new Spider-Man movie is going to do? Historically, they've all done phenomenally. As an independent character, he does super well.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be fine. Spider-Man.
No, I mean, how do you think it'll perform? How do you think it'll be received?
I think it'll be a $500 million to more like a $900 million movie. It'll be fine.
So the last one did like 1.2 billion or something with all three of them returning.
Yeah.
All right. If the movie's not good, let's just say the movie's not good. It's fine.
Let's not even worry about quality because all the numbers come in the first weekend for that kind of stuff.
How did Spider-Man
almost guaranteed?
How did Spider-Man 3 do? Because
the original Spider-Man,
the shitty version, the shitty original Spider-Man.
Come on now,
that's a different time period though.
But it's a good marker.
Yeah, but it's a different time period. It's
good marker. Movie.
It's hard to gauge back then, to be honest with you, Bleak, because
that movie did
$885 million.
It did well.
Exactly.
885 million. That's not well, Izzy. That's next level amazing. 885 million back then. That would be like 2 billion today, dude. That's like
I get that, but what I'm saying is the shittiest version of Spider-Man still did really well.
Yeah, it did the best of the trilogy.
You gotta look at Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's the worst movie.
Which is crazy because that's the best movie out of them all, I think. I
like them. I like those movies. Now, I'm kind of excited.
I do not like Amazing Spider-Man 2. That movie.
Some of the Marvel stuff that I've lately that I'm like, well, I guess I'll watch it. That kind of thing. I'm going to watch it anyway. But with this one, I was excited when I saw some of the casting. The guy they got is Tombstone is the guy that was the main baddie on Black Lightning. And he looks like Tombstone, so I'm excited about that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but
the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's all depending on how they use them.
The Amazing none of that matters, dude. The audience is fickle. It really doesn't matter. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 which came out at a time when nobody wanted it because they wanted Spider-Man in the MCU, because that's when that was really really starting to ramp up the Sony Marvel back and forth isms.
Yeah.
Still did over 700 million.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Spider-Man. There's certain characters. You make a Batman movie, it's gonna do well. You make a Spider-Man movie, it's gonna do well.
If the quality mattered in a Spider-Man movie, none of Tom Holland's movies would have made money.
Spider-Man transcends.
There's always been those characters where you can do those movies and they're money.
Well, even Batman and Robin did well.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, there's just characters that you can make movies and they're gonna
guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So speaking of Tom Holland, I am also excited for Odyssey. I think that's going to be.
Yeah, it should be good.
Y'all see what Nolan did with the IMAX screens?
No, what did he do?
So Spider-Man 4, the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, will not see a single IMAX screening because Christopher Nolan, with this Odyssey movie he's been planning so far in advance, put out that amazing little tease way in advance. He put pre-sale tickets up back in July, over 10,000 tickets for premiere night, and they sold out instantly. But he also, which came to everyone's attention, he fully booked out all of IMAX screens, all in America for over a month. And by doing that, he's just securing his movie in those spots. He wasn't looking at other movies, nor does he care, nor should he care. But Spider-Man will not even see an IMAX screen because Odyssey will have all of them for that time gap.
Disney doesn't have this. Wow, Disney doesn't have a say in that.
It's a first come, first serve reservation process.
Interesting. I'm shocked. Disney.
And to be fair, if you look at IMAX as a company, who works hand in hand with them developing new projectors, retrofitting 70 millimeter project, it's Christopher Nolan is bread and butter, right?
There's a story out there of Quentin Tarantino saying that Disney stopped his movie from being in IMAX theaters. And I'm really shocked that Disney doesn't have the power to say, hey.
Well, when he said that, he probably just admit that they reserved those screens before he did, kind of thing. It's a competition between. That's why you'll see people move when their movie. Like, there's numerous reasons, but people will move when their movies are releasing and stuff like that. You saw Jurassic World didn't even get Jurassic Rebirth didn't even get a lot of IMAX opportunity because of F1. It's a very common thing, but there's not normally too many that are having to compete for screens because of it. Yep. They do a better planning sometimes.
The other aspect is that it's, even though Spider-Man's in the MCU, it's still a Sony production. So that's Sony that has to do the fighting, and they're not going to fight someone like that. They're not going to fight Christopher Nolan. They're just not.
They probably don't care to. What it may,
I don't think
it's not something that you get to fight either. Someone is either already reserved it ahead of you or they didn't. It's either, that's just all there is to it. They can go to Christopher Nolan if they wanted to and try to ask him if, hey, can we pay you for some of these screens for you to come off of them if they wanted to, but it's not.
But I'm talking about
IMAX is a neutral company.
I'm talking about the lunch deal. I'm talking about the lunch deal between two old owners that are like, "Hey, Joe, come on, what are you doing?"
Here's the way I look at it. I think they should just give the slot. Just move Spider-Man to May, if they could get it done in the first week of May, because that's pretty much dominated by Disney anyway. That first week of May, that's the MCU movie, and there is no MCU movie coming out in May right now. So it's been taken by the Simpsons. Give them the slot. Go move it there if they can.
When's it supposed to release?
Release in July. I don't know why they're putting it in July when they could just take advantage of May.
I agree.
I get worried about movies in general these days because they're not making enough money for what people are putting into their movies. They're not making enough.
That's the studio's fault, though. And the studios,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but I'm worried about it. They have to figure out. They have to figure out, like what Mark was saying earlier. They've got to figure out a way to quantify.
Here's the catch. What we don't see we're seeing the overall numbers in the box office.
Yeah.
But we don't see the numbers outside the box office.
Yeah.
So you have the streaming services, you have the DVD, Blu-ray sales. But the other aspect that no one sees is what are they making from advertisers. If you ever watch a movie and you see all these, you see like posters all over the place of like candy bars and stuff like that. All that's money that these companies are giving for this movie. That's paying the money. So movies don't
I
really.
assume that money is to get the movie made.
Well, that's how Superman made all its money, right? Superman didn't make its money off of the box office, even though it had a pretty decent box office for a Superman movie. It made it money off of all the advertisement, the Milk-Bone commercials, all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. That's money that's being thrown at Warner Brothers, and that's how they're making their money. So they're not really talking about how much money they make off of it because the deal was already made. That's your producer money.
Is anybody else looking forward to Running Man, the new Running Man?
I can't wait to see Running Man.
So what you're saying is we're watching really long commercials? Is that what you're saying? Really?
They're commercials, man. They're just advertising commercials inside the movies that they're just putting it, and it's always been the case.
I mean, they've been doing this to me since the 80s.
We're not sorry. Hey, but guys, we're not like that on YouTube because we just like to sit here and talk about movies and drink a nice cold Sprite.
I see what you did there.
I'm just here with my comic shell while I'm eating my Doritos.
And I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just making a nice glass. I'm just making a nice glass of chocolate milk. Weird.
Is that Nesquik? Yes,
that is Nesquik.
Yes,
product placement has always been a thing, man. And that's how movies make their money. They don't make their money off the box office. That's just their spending money.
That's unique. That's cool.
So there's a lot of people that do the UK edition. It's not necessarily more valuable books or anything, but just makes it fun to hunt, I guess. It's each their own kind of thing.
Don't forget your TGC bag.
Collect what you like.
Some of the covers are different in the UK, and I think that's really cool. Same with like the German covers and stuff. If you go look, they're pretty neat.
Is collecting you get? I like it. Pence editions are awesome.
Yeah, man.
I dig when I get a comic book that has like German writing or something like that, or Spanish. I think that there's some fun to it, even though they're not as sought after. But like Pence comics are great.
Keep your hand down when you're talking about German writing, Izzy. That looked bad.
Oh, sorry. I'm definitely sorry. I did not mean that.
Yeah, that book's not allowed.
You put your hand down, you can enjoy a nice iced coffee from McDonald's.
Those Mexican Amazing Spider-Mans, those would be amazing. Those would be awesome to have. Those would be some cool books. Man.
Hombre de Araña.
Araña Man.
I have a few of those books lying around somewhere, like a couple.
You know, Dave over at Still Only 35 Cents collects a lot of those obscure UK, Australia, all those magazines and comics, and it's stuff that I've never seen before. Wasn't aware of them being published, and like y'all mentioned, original art made for the covers, A-list comic creators doing the work, and of images I've never seen before, and so many comic images and covers. They're just etched in your mind. You've seen them and stuff, but this is tons of stuff I've never seen before, like Sal Buscema or Starlin and stuff. It's really cool stuff.
Go get an Amazing Spider-Man German 300. It's pretty awesome.
Potter Santa is Glenn always collects those Canadian price variants.
And don't forget, you could have your drinks inside a Spidey tumbler.
Yeah,
Spidey powder tumbler.
And while you're drinking it, you can enjoy it.
Where did you get that tumbler?
Right now.
I'm glad you asked. A Spidey powder tumblers. You could get your Spidey. Look at this. These are handmade. This is amazing. Go check it out. Spidey powder tumblers.
Opposed to what?
I'm so proud of you.
What made?
Opposed to
what else would you
garbage.
make?
Why do you want to drink your drink in just a plastic cup? Nobody wants to do that.
No.
Instead, this is strong.
I want an adult sippy cup. That's what I want.
Don't forget, you need to put your slabs inside a comic shell. Now,
how much are those?
I'm glad you asked. You could get a 10% discount using the the promo code Izzyverse for Comic Shell, and you could get this beautiful thing for under $40.
Let me break up
our friends at the Comic
my
Shell.
guitar for this commercial.
While
And Spidey powder
last.
tumblers.
How do I
supplies last?
Bleak? How do I skip the commercial? It's not working.
Man, I paid for YouTube Premium so I didn't have to watch commercials.
And look, so good at how to.
Izzy gives me crap, but it's fun. Izzy is the spokesman. Blah, blah, blah,
You
blah,
want
blah, blah.
strapless or strap?
Oh yeah.
Don't say strapped on the internet. They might
I was gonna make a very, very tasteless joke. Very tasteless joke. I held back.
You don't have to, bro.
I was gonna say it about somebody, and I was like, nah, I probably shouldn't.
Warlock, nice.
Yeah, I got a Spidey's powdered tumbler.
Did you say Spidey's powdered tumbler?
I'm eating. Shut up, Will.
I'm eating. Shut up.
Spidey's
Get off my back, man.
Great guy, though.
Yes.
Really
Yep. I get a bunch of tumblers from work for some reason.
But they're not Spidey powder tumblers, are they?
No, they're not as cool. Ours are Lowe's who.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get off here. It's been fun talking to you guys as always.
Have a good one, man.
Cheers,
Take it easy, Matt.
Catch you later.
I knew I'd bring aggressive out of the woodwork with some tasteless jokes.
More ads here, or am I just stuck here?
No, you're stuck there, bud.
In purgatory.
That's where you live now.
All right, so. Do you like the Infinity Gauntlet?
I did, yes. I enjoyed it very much.
I got this one signed. Look at
I
that.
also have my first one signed as well.
Rob Lim and Joe Rubenstein.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take this to Jim Starlin to get him to sign it.
I got Starlin to sign mine. I don't have Rubenstein or Lim, but I do have a Starlin on mine.
Well, I have Starlin in mine as well, but not in this one. This is the trade. So.
Hey,
and I don't really. I bought this for like $5 with the signatures.
Nice. With the signatures, really?
With the signatures.
Jeez, Louise.
Yeah. Louise is great too.
Hey, Izzy, what's that? Izzy, what's that custom label on the Avengers Annual 10 behind you?
I can't even see it.
You could find out tomorrow when you watch Only Slabs.
Man, just tell them this.
In Rob's Fat Stacks. It's an X-Men.
Nice.
I always want to go on Only Slabs, except I don't have enough slabs.
I was going to watch the episode, but now I'm not going to out of defiance.
Nice.
I'll let them know.
Izzy, I'll be watching no matter how much.
It's my work weekend. I try to pop in and say, hey, but it's my work.
And don't forget, you could get your microphone mount, Mike, from Wham Stam. Look how great this is. An Izzyverse. You could even exchange it if you want to.
The funniest part is knowing it's not a real microphone.
You can put the microphone right there.
See?
He's trying.
Please tell me you have a fake cord to it as well.
No. But I do have
I remember your earliest YouTube videos, you had a cord on the microphone.
These are the microphones. You could take your microphone like so. So this is the microphone. You could take it, put it out.
Those are fake too.
Like that. And then you just clip it right inside the stand, like so.
That's not a
Those
real.
are fake too.
That's not a real microphone. Get out of here.
And now it's in, and now I could actually conduct my interviews with an actual microphone.
Izzy, that microphone's as real as your subscriber base.
Oh,
that's terrible.
That's really cool, though. It gives it a good look and everything. It definitely makes it fun when you're walking around. Your earlier videos that you did when you had like a real microphone, like the early ones.
Oh, I still have it.
Yeah, but that's actually what caught my attention when I saw your videos when you were sitting up and It almost looked like you're sitting on like one of those elevated seats that are used for like shoe shining and everything, but you're sitting on one of those talking and talking to the guy next to you. When you see someone making content, they have something that someone else doesn't. You don't normally see a real microphone and stuff. I stopped like, oh, this is fun. That's when I discovered your YouTube channel was the microphone made me stop scrolling. So I like the microphone idea that you do that.
Yeah, I have that one. I have a wired. I actually do have a wired one. So. But I haven't used it in a while.
Was it Eman? Didn't Eman get one of the Wham Stand mics too?
Yeah, Eman did get it. So I got to give shout out to the guys in Cover Price. They're the ones that ordered this for me. So and then I just called the guys from Wham Stand to give me because you could exchange these, right?
Yeah,
so
magnet on.
Has a magnet. You could just go like that and just have people talk, and then they get to see the site.
Yeah. Do you have one for Cover Price to slap on there when you're doing work for them? Vogs, just keep in mind he could have grabbed the slap just then, Vogs. He could have, but he didn't. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Nice. I also got the one with the CP, which I didn't. It's in the box somewhere, but
very cool.
That one's a little egregious. That one.
Yeah, that one's too big.
It's a little egregious. That was all right.
You know the CP for the Cover Price? That's more like this one that it's actually in the stand. And Eman has it, so that's how I really became aware of them. Because they're based out of California, I think. So
when's your next con, Izzy?
Next week. Next week's the Garden State Comic Fest. I will be at that show. Rich? And I will most likely see Rich. Yeah, I gotta let him know. So unless he doesn't go, I'll see him there. And then the week after that is Big Apple.
Niagara Falls is having its second Comic Con.
Does Cuppy go to Big Apple?
That's the first time ever. First time ever Niagara Falls has had 2 Comic Cons in 1 year. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get to go in December to a Comic Con in Niagara Falls. So that's fun.
So how far is Niagara from you? Are you like? Is it like?
I'm in Niagara, man.
Cool. Yo, I gotta admit, Niagara's expensive.
Yeah, it's no fucking joke. Trust me, I'm poor.
I remember going there a couple of years ago, and I was like, everything was like what they are today. Over here.
Yeah, everything's really expensive, man. It's no joke. Rent is crazy. Everything's out of control here.
And that's from New York.
Yeah. No, it's no joke, man.
Oh, man.
Did y'all see where Tarantino is releasing Kill Bill? The whole bloody affair, where it puts both movies together as one film and adds a new anime sequence into it.
It's because he's staving off the inevitable. He keeps promising. What is it? Only 10 films that he's going to do?
Yeah, he's saying
eight plus a bunch of that. He's like, I like this one, so I'm going to put my name on it, but it's not my movie.
Well, he also wants to do a Star Trek, doesn't he?
That would be cool.
He's been dying to do a Star Trek movie.
I don't think that his style lends to that franchise, to be honest with you.
Really? Not enough.
I think he's a master at what he does, but it does not lend to Star Trek at all.
Well, I don't think.
I enjoyed the new Star Trek movies, so I don't think they really need him, to be honest. But
yeah, I'm a huge fan of the J.J. Abrams universe. The Nacelle-verse is what it's called. We got AR here. AR, what's the J.J. Abrams universe that this week they just confirmed that they're not returning to
or something like that?
Then I don't know. I really, really enjoyed them though. And
the first 2 were really, really amazing. The third one, it was a little. It was what it was.
Beyond wasn't good in my opinion. They should. I know they couldn't get JJ. He had went to do the Star Wars thing or whatever, but I think it was Justin Lin, maybe somebody who did like the Fast and Furious movies came on for Star Trek, and next thing you know, Captain Kirk's driving a dirt bike, jumping ramps in it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the first 2 were really, really fucking good though. I enjoyed both of them very much.
Kelvin, there it is. Thank you, baby.
The Kelvin universe is over.
I don't even know what that word means in terms of Star Trek. I know it's like a measurement of
or it could just mean Kevin and Kel.
Yeah, they could have
merged to became the person. They just merged to become one person.
Aren't we measuring like temperature with Kelvin? Is that what Kelvin?
Yeah, exactly. this movie's hot. That first one was so good and so unexpected. One of the best opening sequences in any movie I've ever seen, when Thor is Kirk's dad and he's piloting the ship against the Romulans while everyone's evacuating. And then later you get that brief conversation with Pike and Kirk in the bar when he's like, your dad was the captain of an Enterprise for 6 minutes and managed to save 1,000 lives. I dare you to do better, kind of thing. Like, man, that hit. That movie was good.
That's the reason I think the first.
So Justin, are you asking the question or you're telling us?
Yeah, we don't need questions. We need answers.
I think that's why the first MCU did well. Same reason that Star Trek did so well. It was cast perfectly. Like they cast that movie so well, man. Even down to the guy that played Spock. I was just like, he didn't look
Zachary
like Spock,
Quinto.
but it was amazing, dude. Amazing job at casting that movie.
Mark, how about famous, where we bring up famous intros? How about Tron Legacy?
Yeah, that shit goes hard. The conversation.
Okay, I will tell you something about Tron Legacy, being that I saw it yesterday. The one thing that just kept getting me out of the movie was seeing this guy's
CGI face. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Someone complained about CGI. Oh my god.
But again, it was.
Was it Avatar?
It was 15
Avatar?
Years.
If it's not Avatar, who gives a shit?
Was it still good? Did you still enjoy it, Izzy?
I enjoyed the movie. So you got
go see this new one, right?
So
Mark?
there's a dude. I already have a copy
of Ares.
No, he said
yes, I do.
Go see Ares.
When are you gonna go watch it?
I'm gonna go watch it tonight with my wife in the comfort of my living room.
Did you buy it from the guy at the corner store?
No, I have a screener.
You have a what?
A screener.
Elaborate, please.
A screener copy is a copy they give to people that are impressed that if they want to see a movie, they can see the movie, or they give them also screener copies for people that are part of award ceremony so that they could vote for a movie and things like that. So that's how I get screeners.
So you'll have it it'll be in HD then.
Yes.
Or it'll probably be in 720.
It's actually an 820, which is good enough for my TV.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This movie needs to be, I would highly recommend it. Like I recommend against people watching stuff that's made for high quality and low quality. You know, a lot of people, especially these days, for whatever reason, they like to watch movies on the free websites, and you're watching them in like the crappiest environment possible. You're looking at it on your phone or you're sitting at a desk at a laptop. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not even accessing.
Yeah. The only time I watch a movie like that is if I watched it before and I just want to see it again and I just don't have the time to go to the movies or something like that. And if I have a copy of it, I'm not gonna go into those sites because again, they're full of malware that I do not want on my computer. I don't want that crap.
You're gonna like it, Izzy.
Because you said that, I surely doubt it.
I don't understand people that watch movies with like that anyway. Like somebody I know was watching one of the Star Wars movies when George Lucas came out with his prequels on the internet.
That's rough.
It was so bad, bro. I was like, I can't watch this, man. I love Star Wars. I won't watch
the
it.
The ones that really drive me crazy are the ones where the screen is like slightly tilted. You ever seen those that are slightly tilted and then people walk in front of it?
Those sites eventually will get 1080. When everything hits those sites, you have this terrible, crappy version of them. Once those movies have released where you can go buy them yourself, you don't have to resort to that site to see it. Then they get upgraded on those sites, and then ultimately they have a library of high definition. But if you're like, I want to go watch this instead of going to the movie theater, you're not watching 1080 at home while it's in movie theaters. Like right now, Ares is in theaters. Until it releases video on demand, those sites do not have access to a high quality copy.
And to be fair, the screeners sometimes are not high quality either. When you get a screener, it's actually going to say the property of the movie company. So like property of Warner Brothers. That's how you know it's a screener.
I worked for Movie Stop for years. I was a store manager of Movie Stop. So we would go to the annual conference for the store managers and stuff. And the movie studios paid for the conference and everything because at the time, physical media sales were this unbelievable large percentage of studio profits. So they would pay for like our conferences and everything. And every year we would get to screen a movie that they would bring that wasn't released yet. Like we saw Expendables 2. Like you don't have to watch it. Like it's just an option. One of the nights that you're there, they'll have a movie set up with a projector and all that. So we were able to see that before it released, and it had the thing on that movie 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Green. When that came out, we screened that one year. And but Jonathan, do you talk to them and see if anyone's claimed their Tron Ares posters yet? No, it wasn't able to get the Shin Godzilla poster.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest movie poster of the year goes to Shin Godzilla for putting this image on a poster, and it just looks amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I think of Godzilla, I think of you. It's weird.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm fucking Legion.
You missed it earlier in the stream. If you go back to when we first started, whenever this show starts on Friday mornings, we might not have been live yet. We might have. I don't think we were. I don't think we were because it was just me and Rob. But whenever this show starts, Finn normally is in the very beginning of it. Whether I've gone live yet or not, it's always accurate. But he's always in here talking to Rob early on while he's getting ready for school. And he was showing Rob his new Godzilla shirt he got yesterday for his birthday.
Nice.
So it turns out that it is called Kelvin Timeline. It's called a Kelvin Timeline, but it's only in relationship to the 3 Star Trek movies.
And we don't have American sites where you can watch these. It's illegal in America, and those sites get taken down. All the free comic book sites, all the free movie sites, they're not housed in America. They're not .coms.
Oh, you don't have like Read All Comics and Zip Comics or anything?
What comes after the dot at the end, Bleak? Read Comics dot what?
I think it's .com. I'll have to check.
It's not. It's .ru. So .com means America. Anything else is the abbreviation of the country it's from. The Read Comics website is a Russian site, despite the fact everything on it is in English. It's a Russian site built for the American audience. That's how they're able to run ads on it and all this and that. Totally illegal to do that in America.
Fair enough.
But because America is the #1 consumer market on the planet, foreign countries will make stuff and sell to us. They're selling ad space to show to an American audience with a Russian website.
I never even crossed my mind to look at the last.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think of that. .whatever lets you know the country of origin that it's coming out of.
Like Germany's .de or .de.
Yeah, so we would technically be .usa, but because we invented the internet, it started with just .com and there wasn't .anything else. So when other people started building, the internet started building out, that's how it gets separated with the .country. Unless you're a .gov or .org, but that's to signify different things, and now you're under certain regulations, which you're choosing to be under.
Yeah. Dang, my hair looks terrible. And
it's like an area code for a website almost. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I've just never looked at that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just always assumed.
Yeah, I know, because it's completely Americanized. Down to the advertisements that run on it. American companies are running ads on it.
And then there's some other ones. So like nonprofits, they could use .org. If it's government, it'll be If it's a government, then it could be the .gov.
Yeah, you're putting yourself under certain regulations and protections by doing those. But yeah, outside of those, if you're just a regular website, that's how you know where it's coming from. Like a lot of those free movie websites, like you said, the Slavic sites. I bet they're. I mean, check the .whatever on them. I can't remember which one DERS uses, but none of them are ever American sites because the MPAA would file a lawsuit immediately, and they even get some of the foreign ones taken down from time to time. Like you'll follow one of those sites for years, and one day you'll go to log on and like this site no longer exists. Try the same exact website, but we put a hashtag or a different number in the name of it. You know, version 17.3 now available.
I'm on Read All Comics. I just checked it. It says readallcomics.com, to be honest, but
it's .ru over here.
Weird. That's weird. And then, of course, it says what I was reading. I was reading V for Vendetta, so it says readallcomics.com, comma, and then V for Vendetta with a bunch of numbers and shit. But that's interesting.
Well, I'm talking about Read All Comics. Read comicsonline.li, readcomics.ru. I'm not even seeing a readallcomics.com.
Really interesting. So interesting. That just might be Canadian. No, I don't know if it's just Canadian. Readallcomics.com is what I'm looking at.
Oh, this is that old back thing.
I got Read All Comics here.
Yeah. I just put it up when I typed it all out. Readallcomics.com. Do these have new releases in here too?
Yeah. It's good shit, man. It's a good site.
This one's a new one to me. We all down here, a lot of us use readcomics.ru.
Ah.
Yeah, I wonder how long this one's going to last for.
I don't know. I've been using it for a while.
Hold up a minute. I gotta go mute. Report this site.
Not to promote whatever we're promoting.
Oh, at the bottom of it, it has a disclaimer. Read All Comics helps you discover publicly available material throughout internet, and as a search engine does not host or upload this material and is not responsible for the content. This is a third-party face to a foreign website you're looking at.
Yeah, you're probably right. Absolutely.
Yeah, readallcomics.com does not host or upload the material. They're like, don't come sue us. We found a loophole.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Excuse me. My bad.
So, okay. You could download it or you could read it online.
Izzy, how you doing?
And this, like those movie website, Izzy has all the pop-ups and malware.
I hate those.
It does have the pop-ups. So you get X'd out of them pretty easily, but
yeah, but it gets annoying.
It does.
It's good for when you want to go grab an image of a new book or something if you want to use it.
Yeah, I use it when I make. I use them for when I make my videos, like the comic videos. I use it.
I don't do anything to my thumbnails, which I should, but I don't.
I've used readcomics.ru for so long. I would do this thing where, back, especially when Lunar was shipping and releasing on Tuesdays, off day, and I'm reading primarily DC. I wake up before the rest of the house, so I'd have like an hour or two before it's time for everyone else to get up. I would sit there and open that and just start reading stuff on my tablet, because with a big enough tablet, it's like the size of a comic. And then 3 hours later, after I've read everything that comes out today, I'd be at the shop picking up the books that I just read. But it worked good because I had some uninterrupted woosah time reading, and I was read up on everything before my live stream that day, and it helped with my time management.
Mark, you read Knife Fight, right?
Did you say Knife Fight?
Night Fight. DCKO.
Oh, Night Fight. Yeah, I was about to say I saw a Knife Fight, a naked one, in a movie called Eastern Promises.
Mark, Night Fight is amazing. I enjoyed it. Did you like it or no?
It was fine. The Batman KO thing, it was fine.
I thought it was good.
Pre-ordering Absolute Batman with the Joker covers.
I'm just getting my A cover.
You're not gonna get the Jock cover?
Why would I get the Jock cover? It looks terrible.
Cover's sick, dude.
It looks like ass.
What does it look like?
Are we just trained to pretend
I'm
like his art
looking at it from like the perspective of it looks like a Sienkiewicz.
Like maybe I'm just more of a classic man.
Izzy, can you send me a picture of what it looks like?
No, I can pull it up for you, Vogsy. I'm pulling it up right now, buddy.
Yeah, Izzy doesn't like me that much. So
not at all. He tells us all the time, and you're always here when he tells us, though. So
yeah. Yes. At least I tell you to your face.
So here's the Brian Bolland, which I think is the best one for it.
Is that supposed to be? Oh my!
That's not supposed to be. That is Joker.
That's the absolute Joker. So there's the Brian Bolland cover.
Bleak.
This looks like what's his name?
I like the Sienkiewicz one.
This looks like it's something
Baron?
Brown. It looks like a Ryan Brown cover to me, like from 5 years ago. I don't know who did this cover, but and then there's the one that we've already seen before.
Yeah, isn't that cover right? That's the one.
And then there's a Jock cover that just doesn't. It looks boring as hell to
me. I like it. I love it.
It's a cool one. It's interesting.
I can't even really tell what the fuck's going on it, to be honest.
I love it.
I think what you described is morally fair, Marcus. Yeah. I have no desire to read book. If I care for a book, if I want to read it, it's on my pull list. So yeah.
So I haven't been reading Absolute. Dude, I know it's bad.
There's that movie. there's that movie called Sound of Freedom that came out that was like it was a big splash when it came out. It was about the kid trafficking stuff and everything. It was from Angel Studios, and Angel Studios is a very unique studio. They're a smaller one. They have this thing where you can like pay a ticket forward. If you want to support a movie, you go to their website and you can buy a ticket to pay forward. And people who don't have like the means or for whatever reason, they can go to the website and claim free tickets. I watched Sound of Freedom on a free movie site because it's not a movie I could take my kids to see, not a movie my wife would want to watch. It's hard watch. It really is. But I watched the movie. Then I went to Angel Studios site and I bought 2 tickets to pay forward after I watched it, you know, like just to be fair, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's cool that you could buy them and it's not like a wasted ticket. Somebody else will get an opportunity to see it that might not have been able to. I kind of like that.
I haven't been reading Absolute, but would you think they would do eventually Absolute Scarecrow?
No, of course not. Why would they do that?
No, they're never doing that.
That's crazy, Boggs.
I don't think his first appearance will come in about 6 or 7 issues at all.
Definitely won't be
the series by then.
What about Absolute Bleecker?
No, but a real question.
He was in issue 1. He got his hand cut off.
Okay, here's a real question, Mark. I'm gonna pass it to you. What do you think is gonna be the longevity of Absolute Universe?
Oh, 0.
No, but how long you think it's gonna be?
Oh, how long? Man, I
say 5 years.
So I don't think it'll have that much. I did that video maybe Monday talking about the positive effect that the All-In era has had for DC with the Summer of Superman, the relaunch of Batman, the Absolute Universe kicking off. They're dominating all the sales charts. And I asked in that video what can slow down this momentum. And the first thing I brought up was delays. Delays can take the piss out of almost anything. If your sales are based off your readers and not just secondary market people, delays can take the piss out of anything. And following that, it's Scott Snyder solely carrying this on his back. I don't care what anyone thinks or says. Kelly Thompson won her award. People love an Absolute Wonder Woman. It's doing good right now. But let Absolute Batman turn to shit and watch how the rest of it falls apart instantly. I promise you it will. I promise you this is the Blue holding it together.
Well, it's just because they're toting all new first appearances. It's a great secondary market. Everybody's ordering 10 copies of number 13.
Well, now that just started with the annual. No one was ordering. Like, look at the first Absolute Bane.
Yeah, the first one
mattered until the annual.
But the first one sold out like crazy. But Absolute Batman one sold out.
More and more people are. Yeah,
well, Absolute Batman was the seller of 2024. That was the number 1 book of 2024.
Yeah, Wellbore, exactly. Wellbore 6, 7. But I think that just like with anything
5.
in comic books, we have all these. You have the historical record to prove it. You have all these things that happen. You know, you have the Ultimate Universe, you have the New 52, you have Heroes Reborn. These things are fun and new and flashy for a while, and they're good for a while. But when the people that are making them good have to move on to other things, who follows Scott Snyder and brings this consistent level of not just fun writing? It's so attractive because it's edgelord. It's like peak edgelord comics. It's not necessarily. It's not a deep story. It's not crazy characterization.
No,
it's just edgelord characters.
Changing everything so dramatically that you're like, oh my god, that's
like the brutality. He punched him so hard in his face that it split perfectly symmetrically down the middle. He's now Two-Face. That's crazy.
That's insane, bro. Did you see that?
This comic book is the comic book manifestation of the doofuses from Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Extreme.
That's all this is. And it's okay. It's fun. That's all. As long as that's what it's meant to be, and that's what they're making. We're having fun.
I don't do extreme.
Yeah. Well, dude, was that a pterodactyl?
Dude, my favorite part of Harold and Kumar is when it's Neil Patrick Harris and the cops talking to him and he sees himself riding the unicorn in the back.
Yeah. But I think that as soon as Scott Snyder goes, it's like unless you have somebody that can bring that proper energy to it, like how well do you think this book would do if they magically dropped Nick Dragotta and got an artist that was vastly different? Not saying good or bad, just different.
Who's the book doing well with?
The artist. I think it depends on the artist.
Who's the book doing well with? Is it doing well with new readers? Because that's understandable. They get
it's doing well on new readers. It's definitely
they get a whole bunch of new appearances, or supposed first appearances.
So it does well with new readers.
Hold on, Izzy. Hold on. Let him finish, Izzy.
Okay, go ahead.
It makes sense that it's doing well. If it's focused on getting new readers into the market, it makes sense because it's like new first appearance of Joker, new first appearance of Catwoman, new first appearance of Harley. You don't got to go spend $8,000 to get a fucking book. You can just spend the $5, get your book, and move on. And you get all these first appearances, supposedly first appearances, but whatever.
Yeah, so it works well on new readers. The question is, how many issues will be too many issues to the point? Usually, I think I'm using Ultimate Spider-Man, the original. Ultimate
best way to measure it. Yes,
that's the best. That's the measuring stick.
Yeah.
So when Ultimate Spider-Man hit within, I guess, the 50s, that's when it started dwindling down, and that's when they ended up having to work things. Now they didn't get there past 100. So when it went to 100, that's when it was like, oh, now we're just throwing everything we possibly can, and that's where Miles shows up, and they did Ultimatum and all that stuff.
So they had to call in Mark Miller, like, hey, we know we ran you off from Marvel because you're too edgy, but can you come back and kill this universe for us?
Well, no, that was Jeff Loeb. Remember, that was Jeff Loeb, too. But Jeff Loeb was the one that really killed the universe.
No, I mean, like, write the story to kill it with all your hyper violence edginess that you brought to the Miller world. Because remember, Stan Lee came to Mark Miller. He's like, you know what, guy? You're really good at these stories. Have you thought about making your own? Because he was too edgy for Marvel.
He was. He always was.
So they brought him back for the big finale when they're killing everyone off.
Yeah. So I'm like, my take is 5 years. That's what I think.
I'd give that I would put that on the long end of it.
I would too. I would
think how much everything changes so fast.
I would say the minute they come up with something different, it'll be over for that.
The minute when they start coming up with second tier characters that no one really cares about. They
popped up with a few of them already, but they just use them to kill off real fast.
Yeah. So
Green Arrow.
Well, yeah. And how's Absolute Martian Manhunter doing right now?
It's doing good, and I think that's a double-edged sword. So that one was they did the 6-issue plus extension of Sales Good, right? But they announced the Sales Good extension based solely off of the pre-sales of issue 1. Like, no one's read it yet, dude. And everyone read it, and like 90% of your readers are like, oh, this shit's weird. This shit's too out there.
It's very indie for a comic.
Yeah, like no, thank you is what everyone said. I'd love to see the sales number for issue 6 of Absolute Martian Manhunter, because I'm kind of upset about that one, because I do the DC deep dive with Sector. We read 100% of the Absolute universe to do the deep dive. I don't want to read any more Martian Manhunter. That's how much I disliked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now I have to read fucking 6 more issues starting next month. Man, that sucks.
Well, I'm getting the impression Absolute Batman is
reading comic books
for new readers. I'm
What
getting the
do you-
impression that Absolute Batman is for new readers and just to get the wow factor, and the rest is good writing. People are liking Absolute Wonder Woman.
but it's
people
Snyder.
are liking,
Really good. So is Superman.
so people are enjoying those stories, and those are actual comic book readers. So I don't know.
One of the things I could say about Snyder's style is that because of Metal, you kind of see how he writes.
Yeah, I'm a Snyder fan. I've been a Snyder
style
fan for a long time, man. I like Snyder.
I like it, but like I'm not going to sit there and pretend like he's writing poetry. This is the opposite,
Yeah.
So it's very bombastic in that way.
You got Jason Aaron telling heartfelt stories and meaningful characters with depth in Superman. You have Wonder Woman, like this Amazon raised in hell, like leaning to the best of us in us, like, you know what I mean? Then you have Absolute Batman, like
Jason Aaron is a perfect person to write Superman.
And then you have Absolute Batman. I'm a beefy boy, and I'm going to beat these people up. Like,
yeah. No, Jason Aaron's a really good choice for Superman. That's for sure.
Yeah, good point from Steven with the sleeves. Then you have Snyder going over to the main universe to do the event. Well, what's he going to do? Let's take all the characters, let them beat each other up. Like,
he writes like a 12-year-old thinks.
He does, but I love it, dude. I think
that's what's so great about it.
I'm talking goofy about it, but I absolutely love it. I love Metal. I love Death Metal, and he has all the knowledge to write these stories. And it's not like I don't think he does character depth per se. He did it with the Batman New 52. He did it great there. But after that, he doesn't he's doing event style stuff where the event is what you're looking at, not going into the character so much. So that's what's going to be cool about KO, because it's so much lore from the past 2 years is in play with this, and he's good about reaching into the lore of the comics and everything.
Speaking of KO, did you see AEW this week?
No, but it's been like that for a couple weeks now, where they have
they got all the posters up.
Yeah, I had people sending me pictures of that like over a week ago now. Not from this week, but last week, where the curtain was all the Dan Mora drawings.
All the drawings of the characters. So they're gonna have the pay-per-view next week, I think it is.
Batman the Last Night on Earth was definitely weird, but I enjoyed it a lot. With Omega Batman.
I'm planning to go to that event. So I'm planning to go to the AEW Full Gear event, and I'm just crossing my fingers there's a comic book, because it's sponsored by DC.
Do you think Dan Mora would be there?
Crossing my fingers for that. Probably not. If he's a wrestling fan, then yeah. I could see probably Daniel Warren Johnson there.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
He's a big wrestler.
Daniel Warren Johnson be sneaking up behind the security trying to strangle him. Like, dude, chill.
Actually, better have Daniel Warren Johnson be one of the security guards.
That'd be ironic.
Just have him show up and, as you know, trying to protect someone, just gets beat up. This is how it's done.
And I just to get back to it real quick.
Of the promoters for his wrestling, you know this guy.
There's nothing wrong with trying to make comics cool again.
No, not at all.
That's Todd McFarlane's quoted as saying, "Can't we just make comics cool again?" Yes, we can, Todd.
Yeah, I'd enjoy Absolute Batman tremendously, and it's because of the gimmicky nature and aspect of it. I think that stuff is fun.
Well, and that's Alan Moore's pissed off because things that
because he woke up this morning,
But things that aren't meant to be translated into movies are being translated into movies, and finally, man, you can write things that write Absolute Batman. That's amazing. They might be able to translate it eventually, but they can't do it yet. So it's a comic book. Fucking enjoy it.
I'm a huge Tom King fan.
Okay.
Mainly because I have good taste. But I tell people all the time when I'm talking about Tom King stuff, it's like you have to qualify some creators because they come with controversy or baggage or whatever. So when I qualify Tom King stuff, I point out all the time, I would not want every book in my pull list to read like a Tom King book, but I would be awfully sad if there wasn't one that read like a Tom King book. I like that variety of my pull list. Same thing with Absolute Batman. I would be tremendously sad if everything read like Absolute Batman and I didn't feel like I got anything. I'd be missing an aspect of something from my reading stack. I want that action thrill ride. I want that emotional hit. I want to deep dive in with the character. I want all these things, and it takes a pull list to get all of those things. Normally not one book gives you all of those things at one time. So I appreciate Absolute Batman for delivering that edgelord. You have no clue what kind of crazy crap this guy's going to pull next kind of stuff.
Dude, I liked Future State Batman. I thought that was a really good story.
Yeah, Dark Detective.
Yeah, where he had no money, where he's like, I just thought it was an interesting story. And then
Wanted.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I don't know. They could do a lot of cool shit.
That's kind of what I thought that they were doing with that Batman Night fight when we got the preview pages. They drew him like Dan Moore's Future State Batman.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. I like that Future State Superman story. It was really, really, really good, actually.
Yeah, with John Kent. Well, you had you had a couple of them. You had the Book of L, which was a far from future thing, that one shot. You had the Superman Wonder Woman, which was John Kent and Yara Flora, where they were racing Atlas and somebody else. That was really cool. The Future State was shockingly good, and I went into it as a complainee. Like, we got 2 months, so I guess I don't get to read comics because we're trying to clean up this 5G mess Dan DiDio left with.
I'm only a complainee now because I have like 2 fucking long boxes full of Future State books. But
the Legion of Superhero one was really convoluted and a little too much, and then the Supergirl 2 issues were just kind of a little boring compared to the rest. But Robin Eternal was shockingly great, and the B covers were both Daniel Warren Johnson. The 2-issue Catwoman was like that movie Bullet Train, but with Catwoman. I'm like, this is
really good. It was really good.
Yeah, like this is. It was crazy how fun this was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I especially enjoyed the Batman and the Superman story. I just they were so good, man. I hadn't enjoyed Superman for a while, and I was like, oh hey, wow, here we go.
Yeah, and that was the start of Superman's proper return, because after that we took off with Philip Kennedy Johnson writing Superman and Action Comics, and you had I think you had Hester on the art for Action Comics, which was amazing. But they started this perfect dynamic with these two, like really leaning into the father-son aspect of everything and the possibility that John has these untapped, uncontrollable abilities. And it only went for a few issues when it split off and Tom Taylor took over Superman proper and Clark left for Warworld to start the Warworld saga in Action. And
That's
then
where
they adjusted the title to Superman Son of Kal-El for 17 issues while the Warworld saga was happening, which was amazing. Like, and that's when they really brought
Warworld saga. So good, dude. It's so good.
That's when they truly brought Superman back, was under Philip Kennedy Johnson's lead.
Mm. Oh, man. You still fucking stretching and yachting over there? God dang it. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you don't want to know what he's doing.
And then you have the Superman versus Imperious Lex, those two issues. But that Superman, when he was like, in the gladiator armor and stuff and in Future State, was super cool.
Yeah.
And I think there was Riccardo Federici covers for the bees on those, which were just gorgeous.
I didn't read the Aquaman stuff, but I do have it. I just never read it. I just collected it because I was in the Future State. So I'm like, well, I better get it.
It was pretty fun. You got to see Andy grown up, their kid grown up and kind of rocking with Jackson and stuff, which, right now Andy's a kid and Jeremy Adams is writing Aquaman flawlessly, amazingly with John Timms on the art. But they just did this story where they went into the blue. Like Swamp Thing has the green, the animals have the red, Solomon Grundy the gray. The blue has never been invented in comic books. And it was one of those things like the whole Martha moment in BVS back in the day. It's one of those things that is super obvious, so obvious that when he did the blue and they went into the blue, I'm like, you know what? I can't remember the last time someone did a story on the blue. And I actually stopped and went and looked it up. I'm like, wait a minute. They've never done one. Jeremy Adams just invented it. Like, it's kind of like when Jeff Johns did the ring spectrum with the Green Lanterns. You had green, you had yellow, but no one's ever thought to make other ones. Like, there's been around 60 years. We never thought of this sooner. The same thing with the blue. I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, it's not even a Mandela effect. It's like, I felt stupid for never once considering it. Because I talk about Swamp Thing a lot, talk about the red a lot, talk about solid, like how there's so many aquatic characters. How have we never thought about this?
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
Andy's in that story, grown up again for a little story arc. It was really cool seeing her a little bit older.
Yeah, man. I did. There's some stuff that I dig, and whatever. Some shit's cool. Some shit's not. Sift your way through it, man. It's all right. It's all good. So you read a bad story once in a while, whatever.
It's part of comics. There's always going to be a bad story somewhere.
Yeah, man. We all know who the good writers are. Yeah, we all know. It's not like we.
And
all
even the good writers have bad stories.
Even they have bad stories, but you can almost go.
Johnson phrases, and I think this is going to shape out to be ass, dude. I'm afraid.
There's one guy right now who I'm waiting for his bad story to happen, and it hasn't
happened
yet.
It'll never happen.
No, Rom V is one of those guys that I'm waiting for his bad story to happen. But another one is going to be Daniel Warren Johnson. I haven't seen a bad story yet.
Beta Ray Bill is his weakest work, and it was still
even amazing. That's good.
Yeah, even that's amazing. Legit.
That's early. That's early Daniel Warren Johnson. So
no, it's not. See, that's when y'all started figuring out who he was. But no, that's a long ways in Daniel Warren Johnson. He's been around for a long time, bro. Like he had what was it? God, the 12 issues with the Cinder, whatever. He had Space Mullet. He had Murder Falcon. He had Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. He had a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden, when he does Beta Ray Bill for Marvel, because a lot of y'all are just Marvel zombies, you're like, oh, this is such a great story. I'm like, you think that's good? Go look at all these other things. Go read Murder Falcon. Then he did Do a Power Bomb, and all of a sudden, everyone starts talking about that, and that's when he started getting some good recognition. Then he picked up Transformers, and that I think is his weakest work, tenfold. Because it's not his property. He doesn't have. It's too long.
He doesn't have full control.
Yeah, he doesn't have full control. It's not his properties, and it's too long and too many characters. It has a few really good moments in it. It's not bad, but if you just put it up against his other body of work, it's his weakest.
Wasn't there a Transformers run that just got optioned for I don't know, cartoon or movie?
Yeah, the Energon universe.
The Energon universe, the universe itself, it's getting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious what they're gonna call it. Like if they're gonna call it Transformers, or they're gonna call it GI. Well, they're not gonna call it.
Oh, they just call it Energon.
It depends.
Energon's a shit name.
It depends. It's the marketing part of it.
Yeah, like Transformers, your biggest property in there. Why wouldn't you call it the Energon?
Well, are you going to call it Transformers the Energon universe? Or are you going to call it Transformers?
Why the fuck are we calling Star Trek Kelvin?
Yeah,
that is the name of the ship, by the way.
But you can't take Transformers.
Oh wait, is that the name of the ship?
Well, let me update you. So Energon is the fuel in which drives the Transformers. It's also the fuel in which Cobra and the Joes are using to fund their future tech weapons.
That's true.
That's
it's the connecting fiber of these properties.
I've also been preaching to go get that G.I. Joe.
Even better, just call the show Void Rivals.
Preaching to get what?
Oh, the G.I. Joe Transformers books from 1988. There's 4 of them. They're pretty cheap. Go buy them.
They kill Bumblebee.
Go buy them.
The G.I. Joe are so stupid that they kill Bumblebee on accident. they're written
I
like
have that book, man. I love it.
The G.I. Joe are supposed to be the elite whatever, and they're written like total idiots through that whole thing.
Izzy, I love how you and freaking TJ are like troll Chris. Justice for Bumblebee.
It has not troll. It's this guy. It's TJ.
All right, well, we're past 11 o'clock here, guys. I'm about to sign off and get cracking on the to-do stuff for the day. I got a couple of hours.
I got to get my slabs ready for tomorrow.
5 minutes
bringing that rogue back there? Oh my god! I hope you don't even bring the rogue. I hope Vogs watches the whole time and the rogue's not even shown. Oh my god!
If he doesn't, it's fine.
Well, you know what, Mark? I do have a theme that I want to stick to, so there's a possibility it might not make it.
Is it just going to be lame books?
No, they're fun books. I got one that's already in a box that came in that I'm going to open on the spot.
Oh, cool.
Drum roll.
Izzy, I'm excited for your episode.
All right, I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to tune into In the Mix tonight. You might have to type it all out. DJ Link's In the Mix because he is shadow banned for hate speech. If you want to find out why DJ Link's is shadow banned for hate speech, tune into In the Mix tonight to find out why. That's going to do it for this show, y'all. Peace.